Hello and welcome to Video Game Hangover. I'm Randy Dickinson and I'm in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Hey, I'm DJ Ross. I'm in Mountain View, California.
On most episodes of Video Game Hangover, we usually talk about the games that have been keeping us up at night. This week, however, we are wrapping up yet another year, our 450th consecutive year of making podcasts and taking your text, your voicemails, your emails, your tweets. Do people still tweet? While drinking some adult beverages.
I think they shut the whole thing down. There's nobody left.
Yeah. Well,
it's
we
just
X.
the robots. Oh, I never.
Just kidding. We don't X.
Yeah, we don't. None of that. Oh, we made it.
They said it couldn't be done.
Was this a rough year? I mean, now that I said that, I immediately oh yeah.
Gestures broadly to everything. Yes.
I was like, there have been worse years, but it's still not a great year.
No. It like in the confines, the small confines of Team Video Game Hangover, not a bad year, pretty good year.
Yeah.
But in the greater world outside of our four walls, a bit of a shit show.
Yeah. Well, it just seems like that's always what's going on now.
We're creeping eternally in the direction of shit show.
Yeah.
Can I say
the
shit show?
Show clock is approaching midnight.
Exactly. Put up the timer, DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you've not, I don't know. I don't want to get too far into this because everybody's aware of current events, but yeah.
Yes.
Not been ideal.
Yeah,
but
not ideal.
Try to end on something positive.
It's this show title.
Yeah.
What are we doing though? What's something positive?
What is something positive? I don't know.
Just anything.
We have a release date for Slay the Spire 2.
That's correct.
Technically not 2025 news. It's more 2026 news, but...
Yeah, so automatically 2026 is going to be a better year.
Right. Yep. Claire Obscure won Game of the Year.
No, I'm not talking about Game of the Awards. I'm not the only
one. No, I would like to spend 3 hours going one by one through all the Game Awards.
I hate that the Game Awards is always the day before we do this, because it's all anybody's been talking about, the 24 hours leading up to this, and I'm just why are you guys still watching that show?
Yeah.
But no, Congratulations to Expedition 33.
I think, like the Super Bowl, I was really more concerned with the trailers. What games were teased or trailered at the Game Awards? So
I only saw one trailer. I mean, I saw a lot of trailers, but man, the Orbitals game, the one that looks like a 1980s anime or something. The graphics
I don't think I saw that one.
Look unbelievable. I think
every
game
graphics
should look like that. It looks remarkable. It just looks like they've got the 80s VHS animation shader on it. It's really incredible.
Interesting.
I don't even fully understand what the game is, but I want to play it.
It's called Orbitals?
Orbitals.
Yeah.
I think it's a co-op something or other.
Oh. Yeah, I did not see that trailer. I saw 2 trailers for 2 new Tomb Raider games.
That's the state of the Game Awards, I guess.
Yes, exactly. But that was the extent of my consumption.
Yeah, 2 new Tomb Raider games. I was very confused.
Yeah. Yep. And we're not continuing the Rise of the Tomb Raider trilogy. We're going back to the original Tomb Raider games and remaking the first one and then making a sequel to whatever the last one was.
So it's going both ways, sort of, from the new trilogy.
Yes, Lara Croft goes both ways.
Yeah, she's looking a little gray in the new one. Did you? Was that just me? I thought she's got a little. He's showing the ears.
I didn't make that connection. No.
Well,
there was some scuttlebutt on r/Tomb Raider. I don't recommend anybody go there. About her not looking as hot. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
naturally.
Bring back that 32-bit body.
Yeah. Yep. With a tiny little backpack.
Yeah.
But yeah. That was it. That's all I remember from the Game Awards.
That was the important stuff. Oh man. Okay, wait, what are we doing here? How do we start this?
We talk about the things we're drinking. So this is the episode where we wrap up a season of Video Game Hangover, and We've asked for community support, calls and questions and emails and tweets and topics and things like that. And DJ and I will scrub through those and do our best to do it justice, and at the same time consume some adult beverages.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Okay, that's how it works.
So what adult beverage have you prepared for this evening?
I haven't done a lot
overly elaborate 40 days of preparation and work have you prepared for this episode?
There's there's volume 2 of the Final Fantasy XIV cookbook out this year. Mm-hmm. I don't have it yet. But there are a bunch of drink recipes in there that I was looking at. I was like, ooh, this might be good. But like I said, I don't have it. So I was like, I'll just have some beers. That sounds fine. So, where is it? I was like, I don't want to really do anything fancy or, the 40 days of prep like you were saying this year. So I'm just doing, just bringing it back to the Crispy Boys. Just going to have, this is like pseudo-Korean / Australian, I don't know what it is. It's like they have it whenever I go out for Korean fried chicken. This is Terra. It's like a Korean Australian style lager. Pretty good.
I didn't realize there was a lot of overlap in the Korean and Australian beer scenes.
Yeah, well, I'm not super familiar with it either. But then I was like, okay, well, I want to start with something that's like a little, I don't know, fancier. So I've got one of these. This is the Hitachi no Nest White Ale. One of my favorites. This is Japanese. This is a little bit east before we get to Korea. So just sticking with the beers this evening.
Nice. I am, incidentally, and we did not coordinate this, also drinking around the world this evening. So I figured I would do some beers from different geographic places. So starting with Japan, I have a Sapporo.
Hey, all right.
And I also have beers from Amsterdam and what's the other country I have prepared? Mexico.
What are you drinking from Mexico? I want to know.
I think I have a Modelo.
Okay. A Modelo.
Yeah. Pretty basic, nothing too deep, but
I won't disrespect the Modelo.
No, they're good. Yeah. So I'm going to crack that open while we're preparing.
All right. What's everybody in the chat drinking? Hey, it's Obi Hyde. What equipment are you using this year? I think that was it.
This is our equipment. Yeah. Cheers. I don't know how you say cheers in Japanese.
Cheers. Kampai.
Kampai. I knew that actually. That's nice. It's important to stay hydrated, Creed.
Yeah. Creed says, got water, the most adult beverage of all. And Twisted Link. Oh, man. Welcome, Twisted Link. He said I had a pour of bourbon before you guys started. Man, kicking it off. That's exciting.
A dram? 2 fingers?
A dram? What is it? A dram is like, it's like, what? A couple ounces?
I don't know how it translates. I'm not sure.
Oh, man. This has been like a light drinking year for me. So I've been like, oh, man, I hope I don't like go into a coma because of this episode.
I am. Yes, I would agree with that. That I keep reading that breweries are closing and that the craft beer scene is a mess right now, and it also happens to coincide with the fact that I'm consuming less beer and going to breweries less often. So I wonder if I'm specifically causing the downturn in the craft beer industry.
Sounds like you're a little bit of the problem.
Yeah, I am part of the problem. Yeah, I think they all blame Gen Z, which I'm fine with blaming Gen Z for everything. but yeah, I've not been doing my part to keep the craft beer industry afloat. I'm not even doing it tonight, actually. Sapporo is certainly not craft beer. So
no. Man, rip my beloved Sapporo Pure. There was a very short-lived experiment in the States a few years ago. I think I did that a couple of Drunktaculars ago. It was like their light line of beers. And it was really good. But now that I can't find it anymore, and I assume it's because they gave up on it. Because I was the only one drinking it.
There's Guinness opened a giant brewery facility with tours and all kinds of stuff not far from me, just over the border in Maryland. And like a year and a half later, it closed it because of a downturn. Like big, beautiful, multi-million-dollar building, and it now sits empty on the side of the road.
Now it's a Spirit Halloween.
Now it's a Spirit Halloween, correct? Yeah. Yep.
Like a good haunted brewery.
I would play that game. That's my favorite genre.
That's going to be the next, the sequel to Strange Antiquities. The Strange, I don't know.
The Strange Breweries.
Brewery.
Yeah.
Strange Brew. I think that's a thing already.
Isn't there the Stardew Valley guy has a new game that's the Haunted Chocolatier?
Yeah, when is that happening? Probably because it's going to be a new Hollow Knight out by the time that comes out.
I think that's been, yes. Is that the new game that everybody is waiting forever for?
I don't know. I don't know what the next one of those is. I haven't heard anything about that game in forever, though.
Yeah, GTA. I'm sure it's GTA.
Yeah, of course. I wonder if that'll come out.
Did they show a trailer for that at the Game Awards?
I don't think so.
No,
they do their own thing.
We would have heard about it. Yeah.
They they had all those layoffs or firings, layoffs, similar thing. But it sounded like it was a lot of like key talent. So there was based on some of the stuff I've read, I'm just like, wouldn't it be hilarious if they just couldn't do it, or they maybe they still release something, but it's bad, or not up to their standards. It would be wild.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine there's a world where shareholders would permit GTA 6 to never come out, but whatever condition it's in when it does is, I think, going to be problematic. We'll see.
Yeah, well, in one way or another, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, yes. That Divinity trailer, Twisted Link says, how about that Divinity trailer?
I didn't watch the Divinity trailer.
I didn't watch that one either.
Not doing our part.
DJ and I are not real gamers.
I did watch a lot of other trailers, but okay, I'll watch the Divinity one later. I'll watch it during the break, and then we'll report back.
No breaks. We're going straight through till dawn.
Okay, well then, in that case, we better get started. So we've got a whole bunch of questions from everybody, from all the listeners out there. Some of you are here right now. In fact, we have some calls, and I'm going to kick it off with, we got a call from Twisted Link, which I have actually split because there are so many questions.
Oh, nice.
We're going to get to all of them, though. So anyway, here we're going to open up with a call from our buddy Twisted Link.
What's up, Randy and DJ? This is Twisted Link from the Discord. Hope the Drunktacular is going well so far. I actually have a few different questions for you guys. First one is, if you could pick any game world to live in, which would it be? Second one would be, what game type or style do you dislike to play? Is that like a RTS, first-person shooter, RPG, etc.?
Hello, Twisted Link.
Hello.
Who is currently in the chat and in my ears. Don't read too much into that. What were the questions?
So the first question was...
Drunktacular is going well. Just kind of kicking things off. You're the first official question of 2025. Thank you.
First question... That the only question? Yeah, that was it. Just saying hi. No, first question is, if you could pick any game world to live in, which would it be? Grand Theft Auto.
You're so topical. I feel like Animal Crossing is my easy cop-out answer. That's probably the easy one to go for. I mean, beautiful tropical island, all my animal friends.
It would be the latest Animal Crossing, then?
I could make them leave. Yeah. Yeah. No, the 3.0 one that comes out in January.
The 3.0. Okay. Yeah, you got to wait for that multi-crafting feature. Also, right. You're just going to have a miserable existence.
And it supports up to 12 friends online now, so I can have more friends.
I don't know. I can't. How long it takes for people to connect to your island. I'm like, 12 people? It's going to probably take half an hour. Not even exaggerating. Well,
you and I lived through the DS days where it was, it would shut the entire game down if somebody joined late or joined slowly or left early So anything more than that is an improvement. But Animal Crossing. The point of crafting that island so sort of deliberately and specifically is because it seems like it would be a nice place to live. So I'll take that.
I was going to be all hipster and pick the DS Animal Crossing, but now that you said that, like, oh yeah, it used to crash all the time. I'm just like, oh, maybe I should rethink this.
Yeah. That is the best version of Animal Crossing, but
the DS one?
I think so. Is that Wild World? That's Wild World, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite iteration of the Animal Crossing thing.
I don't even know. I mean, that's my favorite one. I don't know if I would say it's the best one, strangely. I mean, I think they've made a lot of improvements over the years, but it was my first Animal Crossing, so I'll always very fondly remember it.
It was the first time I had to Google extensively to play a video game.
That's right. I would like Animal Crossing is fine. That would be very pleasant. I was like, are there any games that I play regularly that I would want to live in? I don't know. There's like a lot of like just violence happening all the time, and like Monster Hunter, Final Fantasy, and also I have to think about like the level of technology in the world. Like, I don't know if they have plumbing in like Monster Hunter. They definitely don't have like electricity or internet. Maybe that's good. Maybe I would be blissfully unaware of all the stuff that I'm missing out on. Yeah.
I mean, don't you already spend a lot of time like hanging out in your village in Final Fantasy and making gloves?
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm just kind of hanging out. So that might be fine. It's also just not Final Fantasy is weird because like it looks like they shouldn't have internet, but they probably have internet somehow.
Just go to an internet cafe and get online. And
yeah, so maybe that's a good choice. I was thinking like, man, Infinity Nikki is so just pleasant and positive. Like that's probably would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
But also, do they have internet? I don't know. That's really like what it comes down to, I guess. Creed says Kamurocho. Oh, that's good. That's the town from the Yakuza games.
Oh.
Then you're just living in Japan, like in 2025.
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, that's my final answer.
With a lot of sort of colorful characters that you encounter on the street, people dressed as garbage bags.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I would just be one of the innocent bystanders. A lot of violence in those games, but it never happens to the NPCs or like the non-villainous NPCs.
Right.
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah. They're fine. Obihide says Mist Island.
If I'm going to live in a video game, I want to be the main character.
Oh, okay. I don't think I would. Well, that would depend on the game too. I don't think I would want to be the main character in a Yakuza game. They're always like grabbing swords with their bare hands. I'm just like, it's a bad time. So Obihide says Mist Island. I never played Mist, so I don't have an opinion on that.
Yeah, we used to go to the computer lab in junior high and play Mist on the computer.
Did you feel like you wanted to live there?
I don't know if I ever wanted to live there. No, it just seemed so like dense and obtuse, and I don't know that we ever made any progress. It was me and my friend Gary sitting around a very old computer trying to figure out what is happening in this game.
I should play Myst. People seem to love that. But also, that was my impression of it. It's like one of those games where I just am worried that I would not be able to get past the first room.
Right. Yeah. Well, it was... Again, that predates being able to Google solutions to games too. So it really was us just going like, wiggle everything, touch everything. Can I click on this? And not really getting anywhere.
Find the pixel.
Yes, right. Yep.
Twisted Link. Answers his own question. Pokemon? Question mark. That would be fun. That'd probably be fun. Another very just like pleasant game.
Yeah, but they eat the Pokemon.
Do they? I'm still like. I think we discussed this before. Do they actually? They definitely eat the Pokemon.
Dude, I don't have a lot of experience with Pokemon, and we'll let the chat weigh in on this. But I thought they were like companions. But I played that. What was the open world Pokemon a couple years ago? Arceus.
Arceus.
Yeah, and they were definitely serving Pokemon in the restaurants. They were cooking it on the grill. Yeah.
Oh, which ones were they cooking?
This is too much information. I was not prepared for follow-up questions. I'm sorry. I can't hang in this conversation. I just remember thinking, oh, that is off-putting.
Which Pokemon would you eat would be a good question.
They didn't cover that in the Detective Pokemon show or movie.
Ooh. They did want to push the rating.
Yeah.
On that one. It's a good question though. That was fun.
Thank you. And then follow-up question. What type of game do you not like? Sports games.
Sports games. Oh. Well, you like Mario Tennis or whatever.
Mario sports games, yeah. So, it's not a moratorium on all sports games, just like MLB and Madden and things like that. Just have never done anything for me, but I'm not a sports person, so.
Yeah, I don't like if it's a sport I just don't understand, like football or whatever. I probably wouldn't be into it. That's American football.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, like, when it's a little more arcadey, like, I played a ton of NBA Jam back in the day. That new soccer / actual football game, was it called, like, Rematch or whatever? Have you seen that one? That looks like a lot of fun. It's like soccer or football, but you only control one player. So it's all, like, sort of multiplayer team-based.
Yeah.
But I think the idea is it's more it's less like playing a soccer video game and more playing like Rocket League. So you're actually more in control of your physical movements and how you like interact with the ball that way, which I think sounds really fun.
Yeah. I mean, Rocket League is pretty much just soccer, right?
Yeah. So I actually I've seen a bunch of people describing it as like Rocket League, but without the cars. I'm like, okay. Seems a little roundabout. But, I don't know. So I guess just playing off that, I don't care for, like, super heavy simulation stuff, especially sports simulation. The question mentioned RTS, which I sort of, like, trained myself into saying like I don't like RTS games, but I think I just don't like playing RTS games against people online because those people are crazy.
What's an RTS? Is that like XCOM?
No, it's like StarCraft or Warcraft.
Oh, I never played any of that.
I played a ton of those, like single player. They have pretty good single player campaigns, and I used to play a bunch of StarCraft online in like high school, But since then, it's just become too stressful, and people are so good at it that I was like, oh, I'll let the pros handle it.
Yes. That's usually my policy with most video games. Is that is for someone, but it is not for me. Yeah. Generally don't like war games. I don't like first-person shooters really anymore. I have zero interest in playing most FPSs that come out, although they don't seem to make as many as they used to unless they're Call of Duties and things like that. Part of my hesitance with playing the new Metroid is that it is also a first-person shooter. And I'm like, if this was third-person, this would be so much more interesting to me. And I'm not sure why I make the distinction in my brain, but there I am.
Well, that's an interesting example because the Metroid Prime 1, it looked like a first-person shooter, but it was much more of like a first-person just adventure game. Like it wasn't really about precision shooting, which I think sort of took me by surprise.
Yeah. Well, it has the lock. I think the new game still has the lock on and stuff like that. So you're not going for precision headshots or anything like that.
Oh, does it? I was under the impression that I sort of assumed that since they've got like the Switch controller is more like a typical gamepad with the dual analogs, I assume they were just doing it first person shooter style.
No. I could be wrong.
Like, I think when they did the remaster, they sort of had a modern controls option. The Metroid Prime 1 remaster.
Yes.
So,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I don't actually know if that... I mean, I assume it's not like a Twitch shooter, Metroid Prime 4, but I was like, kind of... Metroid Prime 1 was so unique because it wasn't like all the other first-person shooters out there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the what's the other, like, open world games are real hard for me right now. I just don't really have the patience for a giant experience like that. The last couple of Assassin's Creed games have kind of looked, that looks like fun, but I can't do 60 hours of a giant open world collectathon. So yeah, it's real hard for me to like imagine being into those. And again, this is a sort of change in the way I consumed games, because I used to love a good open world game.
Yeah,
yeah. But the amount of time that I can devote to a video game has changed pretty dramatically over the years, and I just can't spend 10 weeks driving around Liberty
They
City
just
anymore.
got so huge. Yeah. I really want to play that the Assassin's Creed Shadows, the latest one.
Mm.
But I'm just like, I think back and remember like, oh yeah, there were like, remember the map with all the little icons on it. It's I'm getting like anxious thinking about it. So,
Yeah. That was part of the reason I didn't play. I liked the first Spider-Man game, but I didn't play the new one or Miles Morales, because it was just like, I just don't have the stamina to like have a one-to-one replica of New York City that I have to swing around.
yeah. It's tough to not get sidetracked all the time playing those. But other than that, love every genre of video game.
Yep. Driving. What are all the genres? Hand,
Driving,
gun,
sword, gun,
yep, car,
music.
music. Yeah.
I love a music game. I don't like games that like try and integrate music into some other genre. So like the one that just came out, Unbeatable.
Unbeatable. Yeah.
I'm like kind of looking at it because it looks really cool, but I'm thinking like, oh, I don't know if this is what I want. Like what was the one that came? It was a couple years ago. Tango
Hi-Fi Rush?
Gameworks, Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Oh, I never got the rhythm. Well,
Yeah.
pardon my turn of phrase, but I never quite got the rhythm of that. I always felt like I was not playing it right, and there were like modifications you could make in the settings to like be very clear about when the beat was, so that you were fighting at the right time, and still could never seem to get it right. I love the concept and like the visuals and the music and stuff, but just could not ever felt like I was good at it.
Yeah, I did not. It was a very clever concept, but I didn't care for the actual playing it part of it.
You're a big fan of Necrodancer, though, right? You like that? And
that's a kind of
Zelda version of that
exception. Yeah, that one's actually. I mean, I guess it's just good enough that I was willing to play it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh man. Okay. We have a question from Rura.
Nice.
Who asks, "Who are your favorite cats?"
Famous, or like just cats I've known over the years, or
I don't know. I have a feeling this is just like this rabbit from the Discord. I have a feeling this is just asking us to name her cats as our favorites, because I know she has a bunch of very adorable cats.
Oh, I don't know the name of Rura's cats. Do you?
Oh, I do. Yeah, she has many cats. I don't want to like dox them on the show, but they are all very good.
I'm gonna look up their social security numbers now.
Yeah.
Favorite cats. Grumpy Cat. I think that was
Grumpy
peak
Cat.
internet.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Rip.
Tartar sauce for the uninitiated. Garfield.
Garfield.
And back in the day.
Back in the day, sure. When you like a little kid, there's the premier cartoon cat. All right.
Yeah.
Maru passed away this year. I was very sad.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
It was a Japanese Scottish fold, I believe, who liked to slide through empty beer boxes.
Yeah. No.
I like Uni on the social media. It's just a very how best to describe Uni? It's like he's a very cat-looking cat. He just the emoji, like the colon 3. It's like a little cat face.
Yes. Yeah.
He looks like that. He looks like that's why the emoji looks like that. But it's very funny. Very funny guy.
Creed says maybe Cats the musical.
I've never seen Cats the musical.
James Corden is my favorite cat.
Dame Judi Dench.
Right, yes. Twisted Link says Thackeray Binks from Hocus Pocus. I've never seen Hocus Pocus.
Like the Bette Midler of Hocus Pocus?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't remember. Was that just just a black cat on that, right? I don't remember that name.
I'll
assume.
I'm not sure. Can't confirm or deny.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say yes. That's what the cat was called.
That is our favorite cat.
All right. Good question.
Yeah. Thank you.
We have a series of questions from our buddy, friend of the show, Green Captain. And I'll give you a little behind the scenes information. These were actually sent in for the 2024 show. I think just after the deadline, so we unfortunately weren't able to include them. But we have all the time in the world, so we're going to finally get around to them. So just with that as context, his first question is, now that DJ has PlayStation VR 2, which existing flat games or franchises would you be most excited about trying in VR? I was explaining that,
I hope
that
Green
question
Captain was listening a couple weeks ago when we did a whole VR show.
Yeah. I was going to say, so obviously I had just gotten the VR thing, so clearly that question must have been from last year. But, it very easily could have also been from this year, because who knows when I actually got that thing. Which existing flat games? I feel like this overlaps a lot with the which game would you like to live in question. Because I have sort of a weird take on this answer, which is there are a lot of games that I would love to play in VR, or just like walk around in, but not necessarily do all the gameplay stuff in, if that makes sense. And we got into it a few weeks ago when we were talking about VR. I was saying that a lot of the games that I play regularly, I don't think I would want to play in VR. But if I could just hang out in Final Fantasy or Monster Hunter, that would be cool. Like you were saying, I spend tons of time just hanging out in my the corner of my Final Fantasy neighborhood. So it would be kind of crazy just to actually get to walk around in it, see what that felt like.
Have they done any of the virtual tourism Assassin's Creed things in VR? There's that version of the Ancient Egypt one where you could go in and there were no enemies or objectives. You could just walk around and study the architecture and stuff. That seems like that would be kind of the ideal application for VR.
That's a good question. So I don't know the answer to that, but that is sort of the angle. I was like, yeah, I would love that mode in a lot of games to just hang out and explore and not have to worry about my health bar or whatever, or somebody I'm supposed to assassinate. So yeah, I'd love to play that Assassin's Creed, the Egyptian one or the Japan one. Or what's the other one? The Viking one? I don't need to play the Viking one in VR. Maybe there was the ancient Greece one. Do that one.
Probably. I'm sure.
Was that your answer? Was it Assassin's Creed Origins, I think?
I don't know. I don't have enough experience with the VR to feel like this game would be much better in VR. Yeah, cop out answer. Sorry, but
cop out. What about Mario Kart?
I don't have strong feelings about that.
Mario Kart World with a $400 racing wheel setup.
Yeah. There's that. No, I mean I have a car in the garage right now. We can go for a drive if you'd like.
Yeah, but you can't launch it off a ramp.
No.
I mean, you could, but only one time.
You're not supposed to do that in Forza either.
You are supposed to do that. Well, it depends what Forza.
I thought you were supposed to drive very carefully and not dent or screw up your cars.
No, that's Gran Turismo. And then
gotcha. Okay.
that boring. What is it? Not spin-off, because that was the original. Like the old Forza games, I think you weren't supposed to do that. But I don't think they make those anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was it?
Mario
Final Fantasy and Mario Kart. Or nothing.
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing would be weird because, the characters, I feel like everything that is scaled to fit characters who look like they're about 4 feet tall. But maybe that would be interesting. Maybe if you could feel like you were the size of an Animal Crossing character, that would be fun.
Yeah. I read somewhere during the height of Animal Crossing in 2020 that whoever was writing about this sort of scholarly impression of Animal Crossing and the Animal Crossing phenomena during the pandemic was that you were a child who lives on an island by yourself with no adults and a bunch of animals. And I'm like, I've never thought of the Animal Crossing villager as a child. I've always thought of them as me and not a child, obviously. So it's weird that whoever wrote that, their perception or experience with it was that this was a little kid living by themselves on an island.
I was like, don't you like smoke and drink in Animal Crossing? But you definitely don't. I don't know why I thought that.
Nope. That's
not even close. Yeah.
That's Pokemon.
Okay. That's Pokemon. Yeah, that is Pokemon. We have a question from Creed, who says, "Congrats on another year. Keep up the great work." Thank you very much. The actual question: what is your favorite episode of The Twilight Zone and why? Man, I was so excited for this because I was on like a real Twilight Zone kick a few years ago. Probably like 10 years ago at this point, the way time works. So I was all excited. I went to like the Twilight Zone wiki and was like, which is my favorite episode? And then it's like, I don't know how often this happens to you. I was just like, I don't remember a single one of these being a real Twilight Zone episode. Was it that long ago that I watched these?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
So that was somewhat disturbing. Maybe I'm in a Twilight Zone episode myself.
We recently gave up cable this year, probably 6 months ago. So we've just been doing streaming, and like we have the Google Freeview and stuff like that. So like all of the streaming channels, the Pluto TV and stuff like that. If we want to watch TV, that's kind of the extent of it, or Netflix and stuff. But we have found that there are channels that just run a show, every episode of that show over and over. There's a channel that just shows every episode of Mad Men over and over and over again. There's one that does Will and Grace episodes just over and over. And there's one that shows Twilight Zone over and over. So,
nice.
Sarah's way more into it than I am, but she will always have, I think her default is to put on some ancient episode of Twilight Zone and just sort of get sucked into the rotation. And they're all about 20 minutes long, 25 minutes long. So it's real easy to like just consume a ton of them. Yeah. Very efficient storytelling.
Yeah, man, I do love that show. So anyway, I couldn't remember any deep cuts from the Twilight Zone, so I had to go with just the most notable stuff. So I probably off the top of my head, Eye of the Beholder, I think. It's probably, I mean, that's a really good episode. Even if I did remember all the other ones, that might still be my favorite one. That one's really good.
Which one is that? A brief description, if you don't mind.
That's the one where the woman is having plastic surgery.
Oh, okay.
Because she has some condition. Should I spoil it? It's really good.
I'm not giving up the ending, but that's enough for me.
I don't want to give it away. Yeah. It's just a really effective episode. It's amazing how, you watch an old TV show or movie or something like that, you kind of think like, how could this be good? But it's actually it's surprising how effective it is. It's just really, really good. Do you have a favorite episode?
There's some obvious ones that are just a delight to watch. The William Shatner one, the Nightmare at 30,000 Feet. There's Something on the Wing. Is great whenever it comes up in the rotation. There's Time Enough at Last. Is that the one with Burgess Meredith and he loses his glasses? Yeah. I don't know the name of it, but it's the one with the old man who spins yarns at the Five and Dime and is always this big liar and big, the one that got away story. But then aliens come and nobody believes him.
I think so. That one sounds like, I've probably seen that one, but
I forget what that one is called. But yeah. And there's the one with the little boy that controls his family.
I don't like that one. That one's
and they're all terrified of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Creepy.
I don't know the name of that one either, but those are the ones normally in the first 30 or 40 seconds, I'm like, oh, is it that one? And it is that one. Yes. There's a few that I definitely get excited about when they kind of pop on.
Oh man. Not to get sidetracked, but I think in the same capacity that I enjoy the Twilight Zone episodes, I really enjoy just episodes of the original Star Trek. because most of them are basically Twilight Zone episodes. They're just like, they go to a weird planet where there's something not quite right, and they're just written to have a dumb twist at the end. Or they're like, what if we went to a planet and it was like the ancient Romans or something like that. So I like enjoy that series in a completely different way than I enjoyed like the Star Trek series that follows it. But those are a lot of fun.
In the timeline of television, does Twilight Zone must predate Star Trek? It has to, right? Yeah. So because a lot of those old Twilight Zone episodes are in black and white. So do you know if Rod Serling was a influence on Gene Roddenberry in some way, or was that just sort of the nature of television at the time?
Been. I mean, it's probably a little both.
Yeah.
They had like, I don't know. I feel like Star Trek really crystallized in the 90s. They sort of figured out what the show was supposed to be, because like if you watch the first season of Next Generation, they still feel sort of like original series episodes, and that's why everybody's like, this is bad. But then they sort of found their groove. But yeah, they like, I guess maybe a lot of shows that was just more the style back then.
Yeah. I think both of those creators are sort of semi-famous too historically now for kind of being subversive about talking about kind of social issues in the context of science fiction, right? There was a lot of stuff about kind of classism and racism and et cetera, that they could get away with in Twilight Zone and in Star Trek because it was sci-fi, it was outer space, or it was, horror or something. And it didn't necessarily have to be a kind of a reflection of modern times.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have to give a shout out to Gene Kuhn, who was sort of like the second, or like maybe the real guy behind Star Trek, and then Gene Roddenberry is like the Stan Lee who swept in and put his name on everything. But I don't know that story. He did have some involvement.
Yeah.
But yeah, love those episodes as well.
Nice. Good question.
Yeah. You a big Twilight Zone fan, Creed? I was surprised when Twilight Zone mentioned, well, what's happening?
It's because DJ and I always talk about Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you and I being very excited about the who was doing the new version of Twilight Zone that was going to be streaming on like Paramount Plus. Jordan Peele was going to do it. Yeah,
Jordan Peele.
Yeah. I didn't watch it. I think you were not impressed by it. Yeah.
They weren't great.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it was disappointing. I probably didn't watch the whole first season, and then I think they did a few more after that. So maybe they got better, but I don't know. They were an hour long, so I felt like, ooh, maybe that's too much.
Yeah, maybe.
Creed's in the chat says we always watch a bunch of the New Year's marathon. Ooh,
yeah,
should make that a new tradition.
Cue that up, yeah.
Yeah.
Good way to start the year.
All right, we have another question from Green Captain.
Yeah.
Who asks, have either of you ever snow skied or snowboarded? Snow skied?
Snow skied?
Versus, I guess, water ski.
I have.
Both
Next
skied and boarded? Next question.
No, I've never been on a snowboard. That was when I was in junior high school. We had a ski club. I grew up in the Northeast, so it was pretty easy access to mountains and to cold weather. So every Friday after school, those of us on the ski club would all get on a bus and they would take us up to Mount Tom in Holyoke, Massachusetts, to do a little skiing. And then, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock that night, take you back home. And my parents would pick me up in the high school parking lot. And it was awesome. And it was the most amount of time I've spent outside in my life. But yeah, I was an okay skier. I certainly wasn't doing crazy tricks or anything like that, but I had my own equipment. Yeah, I was doing...
That's hardcore.
I don't know I don't think I know the difficulty symbols anymore, but I could do like a good intermediate trail. I was not doing black diamonds or mollies or anything like that, but I was okay. I was a confident skier.
You do the purple horseshoe?
I don't know what that means. Green clovers, blue diamonds.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotcha. Okay, I follow.
I have not snowboarded. I did do a little skiing when I was a kid, but only like there's like downhill and cross country. I only did cross-country skiing.
Oh, that's a lot of work. I'm not doing that.
It's like, what? You're just like walking, basically. The thing is, I feel like it's a easy introduction to skiing. Like I did it with my family, so we would all like do it not every winter, but whenever we had the chance. But I would always look at the downhill stuff, and I was like, I don't understand how you do that and not die. Like, I just saw people, like, what it looked like, and I just thought, if I do that, I 100% will die.
Yeah.
Because, my impression of it is, like, you just go to the top of the mountain, and, like, then you're off, and you gotta, like, just know how to do it from that point, because you're just going down the side of the mountain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was not great at cross-country skiing, so I was like, why would I even consider doing downhill skiing?
Yeah. Fair. Yeah. Yes. As an adult, I tried to get Sarah into skiing, and we went a couple of times, and she had such an awful time, and had no aptitude for it at all that she made me promise that I would never take her again. So that if I want to ski, I have to ski alone now, or I have to find a ski friend. But I don't know that I would be good at it anymore. I think I would just be afraid of hurting myself. As you get older, you don't bounce back nearly as easy.
Right.
So I would, be terrified of like breaking a bone or smashing my head in a way that I wasn't terrified of those things when I was 16.
It is like really dangerous though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to be sort of smart about it. You don't go straight down the hill. You kind of do your zigzags and back and forth, and it should be a nice leisurely experience. But if you want to be one of the crazy breakneck skiers who does jumps and goes super fast, and that's just not for me. Yeah.
Maybe I just needed like an instructor who would ease me into it or whatever. Because my impression was like, okay, you're on the lift, you just jump off, and now you're just going straight line down the mountain.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, the lift alone is a whole like thing to figure out. Like, there's like, it doesn't stop for you. You kind of have to like be in motion as it scoops you up, and then you have to. You're like halfway up in the air when you got to pull the bar down. Or there's the ones that are like the L or the T, where you don't even really like sit on it. It just sort of nudges you up the mountain, and you kind of ski upwards. It's yeah. So that the obstacle, the barrier to entry, I think, is not easy.
Yeah, a lot of yeah. It's like a lot of stuff, or a lot of excuses not to go downhill skiing.
Yeah. I have enough hobbies. I don't need more hobbies.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, I could probably benefit from a hobby that required me to go outside and get physical activity, but if it hasn't clicked at 51, it's probably not going to.
I'll get a VR skiing game.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
I want to play that, what's that new game, Skate Story? I guess it's skating, it's not snowboard. Let me try that again. It's skating, it's not skiing or snowboarding, but
yeah.
Skateboarding, skiing, snowboarding in a video game, I could do that.
Yeah, those are really fun.
SSX games were fun. I played those a lot. The Tony Hawk games, I enjoyed those. Yeah, that's enough.
That's enough. Yeah. All right, we have a question from Russ Greeno.
Nice.
We have many questions from Russ Greeno, actually, but here's the first one. He says, okay, so you have just adopted a 5-year-old child from the shelter. What are the first of each of these that you introduce them to? This is like a multi-part question. Which book, album, board game, movie, and video game do you introduce your adopted 5-year-old to?
Yeah. Wow. Deep. Do they call orphanages shelters? Isn't that where you pick up animals?
I was like, maybe it's a UK thing?
You just picked up a 5-year-old child from the pound.
Yeah. They didn't say it's like a human child.
Yes. This ties back to the cat question. What book do you buy for your cat? I don't know. These are tough. I don't generally I don't have kids, so I don't think about what are the smart things to sort of expose them to from an entertainment perspective.
It doesn't matter. You just adopted one. Now you got to figure it out.
I don't know. That's rough. I didn't have a lot of boundaries around these things when I was a kid. My parents were not sort of like, oh, you shouldn't watch that because it's rated R. You shouldn't listen to that because it has a parental advisory sticker on it. So I didn't really I wasn't supervised in that way as a child. So, yeah, I would hope that I would maybe be that kind of parent, although the internet is a horrible thing. And if you can keep your kid from getting on it as long as possible, you probably should.
Well, it doesn't say like which OnlyFans account would you give to your 5-year-old.
What book? So I have friends who have kids, and when we go to child's birthday parties, I try to find a book that is about respecting animals. I'm not trying to sort of be a peddler of the vegan lifestyle by any means, but I think it's really important when people are young to give them some respect and gratitude for animal friends. So there have been a couple of books that I've done a little research for, usually hours before a children's birthday party, and I run down to the Midtown Scholar here in Harrisburg and buy them a book about being kind of a good steward of the earth or a good steward of animals. And I've gotten pretty positive feedback on that.
That's good. That's a very wholesome choice.
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't have a specific answer. I remember having a bunch of books as a kid that were sort of like the children's introduction to like Greek myths or ancient civilizations or something like that. Is that too heavy for a 5-year-old? I mean, they're like very child appropriate, but like 5 years versus like 6 or 7, it might have been probably around 5 or 6. Something with a little like supposedly educational value.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I just Googled very quickly. One of the books that I have definitely given to a friend's kid before is called Becoming a Good Creature. It's a kid's book. It's a storybook, but it is about sort of, respecting your animal friends and don't pull their tails and et cetera, et cetera. So it's not like eat tofu, don't eat chicken. But I think hopefully it sort of plants something in a kid's brain about not seeing, your woodland friends as, objects, but something you kind of hopefully peacefully coexist with.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, thank you. What were the other ones?
What album? I mean, you gotta have one of these ready to go.
I don't know if I have an album queued up for a kid. That's tough. I am frequently puzzled by kids. Again, friends who have kids are always taking them to see like 21 Pilots and what was the other one? Imagine Dragons. And I'm like, I do not understand the musical tastes of a 12-year-old. Or a 9-year-old. So, yeah, it's a lot of Taylor Swift, isn't it? I don't.
For a 5-year-old? I don't know.
Is it? I don't know.
I'm thinking like 5 years old, you're still listening to sort of like kids' songs, right?
Oh.
So I definitely don't. I mean, I don't think I was listening to like albums as a 5-year-old. Maybe like. Oh, you know what? I was gonna say like later they could I'll give them all my They Might Be Giants albums, but they They Might Be Giants did a bunch of kids albums.
Yes,
that's
true.
So one of those,
and they're pretty G-rated, right? They're fun.
Yeah. I trust those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to have a little record player when I was a kid, and I used to have a bunch of Muppets movie soundtracks on vinyl. If I only still had those. And there's killer songs on there. There's amazing music on all of those. The Muppet Movie is a great Muppet Caper. I think I had some of like the Muppet Show albums and stuff like that. I think those are super fun and super funny and probably quite timeless. I think a lot of my sense of humor as a kid came from that kind of stuff. So maybe that's the way to go.
Good choice.
Thank you.
All right.
Board game.
So the thing, oh man, I was gonna say like, as a kid, I loved all the ones with a little bubble. Like, it was just Trouble, I think.
Yep.
The bubble with the dice in it.
Yes. That way you can't lose the dice.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. But man, I also played a lot of Stratego as a kid. I don't know if I was 5.
I know 5 is the right age. Yeah.
I think it's a little older, but I mean that's a good game.
Yeah.
You get to strategize a bit.
Light strategy is probably the way to sort of approach it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just Stratego, I feel like is kind of like get pretty intense. Yeah.
Not
but
Monopoly.
yeah.
Monopoly's a terrible game. Don't
No, I
don't
wouldn't
ever play
recommend
Monopoly.
anybody play that.
Trivia. I'm like I love trivia, and there's got to be kids versions of like trivia games, right?
Oh, you don't
Probably
know anything when you're 5 years old.
Jackbox games.
You're right. do they don't have Jackbox for kids?
I don't know. They should. There's got to be an equivalent, right? I guess it doesn't have to be, but
Recommended movie?
Checkers.
Checkers? No, movie.
Movie.
Yeah, Checkers. Sure, good. That's a good answer.
I'm gonna go Muppets again. Any Muppets movie. They're all good. There's no bad ones.
Yeah.
Muppet Christmas Carol, Great Muppet Caper. The Muppets that came out a couple years ago, that was Jason Segel and Amy Adams. That's fantastic. Would recommend.
All right.
Yeah, those are all good. The very limited Muppets series that was on Disney Plus 2 years ago, where they were like backstage at their own TV show, which was sort of a redux of the Muppets back in the day. That's fantastic as well. So yeah, I think Muppets is my answer for everything. Fraggle
Muppets.
Rock, if you got some in you.
Fraggle Rock. I never watched Fraggle Rock.
Oh.
And it was on occasionally, but I didn't watch it.
Maybe Labyrinth or Dark Crystal if you're a creepy kid.
For a 5-year-old?
Those Skeksis, man, that'll screw you up. You won't sleep for a week.
I don't know. I mean, like, Muppets, sure. I would just default to some, like, Disney movie. Seems lame.
No. And I know Disney owns the Muppets now, which is disappointing, but no. I think as long as I have a say in what my kid consumes, I don't know that I would necessarily lean into the Temple of the Mouse quite so young.
I mean, I wouldn't, like, put enough movies in front of them so they would get, like, indoctrinated or whatever, but, like, those are fine.
I don't know. I don't watch the new ones. I haven't seen a Disney movie in 100 years. It just doesn't say anything to me anymore. I would want to make sure I'm
because you're
taking
not 5
steps.
years old.
Correct. But oh man, what was the thing? Frozen. The whole Frozen thing is too much.
I mean, I was thinking like the older ones, the ones that I sort of grew up on.
Oh,
I don't think I would have done Frozen, like Snow White or something. Maybe like the early Pixar ones.
I think there's problematic like gender stuff in that. There's no black people in those things. I think that's not maybe not.
Well,
I mean, started on the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah, as you all know, I grew up watching Snow White and now am an incredibly problematic racist. So that's what happens when you watch those.
No, I'm all. All right. I got nothing. No follow-up questions.
Okay. And then what video game? They're not playing video games when they're 5 years old. So no video games.
Yeah. Well, again, like I have stronger opinions about what to sort of isolate them from. No Fortnite, no Minecraft.
Like no video games, and especially no Fortnite. I give them. I like Minecraft is great. What do you have against Minecraft? Not when they're 5 is the thing, but like when they're a little older, like Minecraft is amazing.
Okay. Well, your kids can't play with my kids.
What do you have against Minecraft?
I don't know. I don't know that necessarily.
How long have you played Minecraft?
Like 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay. Just a fully formed opinion about Minecraft.
I've done independent research. No. I guess Minecraft is creative, right? I guess that's probably the way to look at it.
Minecraft is basically like the new Legos. I mean, Legos are still great.
Yeah.
But like a bunch of my friends' kids who play Minecraft I swear they're going to be like the smartest people ever because they're like building circuits and machines in that game, and this is like when they're still in elementary school. I'm just like, I was still like drawing stuff with crayons.
Wow.
And they're building these machines. It's wild.
Lego's a good answer though. Can I go back to board game? Does Lego count as a board game?
No, Lego's just Legos. Right? Unless there's got to be a Lego board game by now.
And there's certainly Lego video games.
Are there any that are like good Lego experiences though? They're all like Indiana Jones or Harry Potter or whatever.
It's just licensed stuff. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. Lego City Undercover.
Right. Yes. Grand Theft Auto for children.
Grand Theft Lego, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that you and I played was frustrating. I think that had potential, but I think it was just too
Yeah,
cumbersome to play.
I wouldn't let him play that one.
What was that called? Lego Story or something like that?
I think that was a Lego Story.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we got through
Thank you, Russ. Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, we'll come back to Russ later on. We have another question from Rura, who asks, if you could be a craftsman, what craft would you choose? What falls under being a craftsman?
Yeah. Is that like woodworking and stuff like that?
Woodworking?
Or can you pick a trade, like plumbing?
Sure, yeah. That's a craft. I'll allow it.
When
you'd be a plumber?
I don't know if I'd be a plumber. I think it's important to know how to do those things. Certainly, as an adult homeowner who has watched more than a few YouTube videos to figure out how to fix a ceiling fan and why does my washing machine make that noise. I think it helps to have good working information about how some of these things function. Yeah, my dad could fix anything. He was an engineer in the Army and was an engineering student in high school, and I think had a reputation for being kind of a fix-it guy. And I was always in awe of his ability to just sort of take things apart, tinker with them, and then put them back together and they worked again. I've never been that person at all. I always feel like I have parts left over. Yeah. So yeah, I think I would like to be smarter about those things. I don't know, woodworking feels a little antiquated. I don't know that it necessarily has a lot of application in my modern life. But
it doesn't need to have an application, I don't think.
Yeah. If you're a hobbyist,
I was actually going to say, maybe woodworking.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Not as a career or anything, but I know some people who are they just do amazing sort of woodworking projects. They'll build their own furniture, which is awesome. And they can just fix stuff. It's useful. But I was thinking of this as as more of a hobby thing. So I was going to be able to do something. I guess, if you're making your own furniture, maybe it's more than a hobby at that point. But I think that would be really cool. I could definitely not do it. I had to go, currently, based on my experience, it would be a rough journey. I would occasionally have to go to the wood shop in college because I was taking a lot of painting classes, and we would occasionally need to build our own canvases. And I would bring in all the wood, and I'd get the just lightning round instructions from the wood shop manager on how to do stuff, and I would just instantly forget everything. And then they're all right, now just walk up to the bandsaw or the table saw or whatever, which is just terrifying, and try and cut your wood. And I was I am in the wrong place. I should not be the one doing this. So maybe if I actually took some dedicated woodworking classes rather than just being thrown in, I could get some results. But yeah, I don't currently really have the aptitude. So maybe that's why that's my choice.
Yeah. Baking? Does baking count? It's kind of a craft, right?
Baking, cooking?
Yeah.
Sure. Cooking? I was going to say, cooking would be good. I kind of
like decorating cakes. I'm always in awe of people who can, decorate cakes. I'm never good at that. Even just trying to, you get the gel and you try to write happy birthday to my friend on the cake, and it just looks like a 6-year-old serial killer did it.
Yeah. That's one of those 6-year-old serial killers.
Or a serial killer. They're terrible at that. But, or I watch baking shows, and they're you get somebody in there who's a real contender, and they're really good at it. And they're oh, I'm self-taught. I didn't go to culinary school. And I'm wow, that is a skill I do not have.
Yeah. I don't understand on those shows where they're just okay, make a bunch of croissants or whatever. And everybody just understands how to do that.
Yeah. Nobody goes to find a recipe on the internet first.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, I'm in awe of that. Or the Chopped. Here's 6 bullshit ingredients. Turn it into something that's a fine dining experience. And I'm not that person at all either. I'm a okay cook. I'm a pretty good cook. I'm certainly the best cook in my house. But that's I about where the comparisons end. Yeah.
I feel like I could fake a lot of like recipes at this point. To some degree. But I absolutely could not do that with like baking. If somebody was like, make a cake, I'd be like, oh, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I gotta go.
Let me
store.
read the back of the box. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't bake at all. The few attempts I've had to like, I had a thing like a couple of years ago where I was like, oh, I'm gonna make homemade bagels. I'm gonna make them on
that's ambitious.
Christmas morning. I'm gonna make bagels for me and Sarah, and we're gonna have hot bagels out of the oven. And it was a disaster. Like the kitchen looked like something had exploded, and they came out like pancake thin and rock hard or completely raw in the middle. Like, it was not a good experience at all. And like I destroyed my house for it. And I ate up 4 hours of my Christmas morning for a thing that didn't quite work out. And I was like, never again. We're just going to buy bagels at the store like a normal human being.
Did you break out the lye for that one?
No lye, but we did, you could do baking soda and give them a boil first in the alkaline water and then bake them.
Interesting. Yeah.
Still didn't come out.
I was like, I read a bagel recipe once that was like, oh yeah, this is, if you really want to do it right, you got to use lye or whatever, but also it will kill you if you do it wrong. So it's like, yeah, maybe this is like level 2 bagels. I should work on level 1 first.
Yeah. I like a recipe where I can just make it with the stuff I have in my house. I don't want to like buy a lot of weird ingredients because I have gone through the thing where I'm like, I'll buy like a bag of almond flour and I'll use a 1/4 cup of it, and then the rest of it will turn bad in the cabinet. So I try to like, what can I make with what I have in my house? I'm a big fan of that.
Obi Hyatt says this podcast has entered its Martha Stewart era.
We're doing crafting and cooking. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next, we're going to make a nice little like centerpiece or something.
Right, exactly. The anal retentive chef.
That's, every year I'm just like, that is exactly who I am.
But thank you, Rura, for the question.
Yeah. All right, we got another call from the goddamn milkman.
Nice.
That's his name. I'm not just saying that.
Hey, it's the goddamn milkman, and long-time listener, long-time caller. I have 2 questions for you this year. The first is, what do you feel are the most VGH games that you guys have ever talked about? Like the ones you kind of kept coming back to or stuck in your memories that have kind of defined the show? And the second is, what are some of your favorite episodes that you've done throughout the years? So thank you. Hope you have a good one, and hope you wake up pleasant tomorrow. Thanks.
Hello, goddamn milkman.
Yeah, hello. So the first question, what are the most VGH games?
Yeah.
The ones that define the show.
We had a short list at the beginning of games that we had to try really hard to not talk about every single week. Because it felt like we were, maybe I'm the only one who remembers this, that we were just circling the drain on some games way too much. Animal Crossing, certainly. Various versions of Final Fantasy.
Were we talking
games.
about, okay, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I don't think we were talking a lot about Animal Crossing or Final Fantasy for that matter at the very start of the show. Like when I think back to the very start, it was like Dragon Quest IX, probably Uncharted 3? Like, I was going to say Uncharted 2, but when did Uncharted 3 come out? That's probably more lines up with the show.
I don't have dates in my head, but you're probably not right.
And like Mass Effect.
There was a lot of Mass Effect, yeah.
There's a lot of Mass Effect. But that was like very early on. I feel like the defining VGH games have changed since then.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire, yeah.
Yeah, everything gets compared to that, and everything pales against it.
Yeah. I certainly do talk a lot about Final Fantasy, but like that's just me. Like you never talk about Final Fantasy. When are you going to talk about Final Fantasy again?
No. Everything I know about Final Fantasy is because you've told it to So
right.
I have coworkers that I've had confident conversations about Final Fantasy with, and I've not played a lick of it ever. Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
man. I gotta hear one of those.
Yeah.
Well, so now I definitely put like Animal Crossing is for sure in there.
Oh yeah. Well, I think again, it's one of those things that sort of like I've tried to play a lot of games that are sort of like Animal. If you like Animal Crossing, you'll like this, and none of them are as good as Animal Crossing. So it is just it's easy because the things that I consume tie back to that, or the games that I play go back to at some point or another, a Slay the Spire kind of experience or whatever. So yeah.
So
yeah,
Animal
and
Crossing,
then Uncharted,
Slay the
Tomb
Spire.
Raider. I certainly have my favorites that I kind of go back to and get hyped for. But yeah, I think there'd be far fewer episodes if we took all of those games out of our vocabulary.
Yeah, no more Animal Crossing episodes. Yeah. That would be weird. For a while, it was like Grand Theft Auto. Various flavors of Grand Theft Auto were in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so you sort of ask about like what of our favorite episodes of Video Game Hangover ever. I remember me, DJ, and our previous co-host Paul seeing the first trailer for Grand Theft Auto 4 at E3, and we did an entire episode about how hyped we were for Grand Theft Auto 4.
I think it was 5.
Was it 5?
Because 4 came out, I think, before we started doing the show. But 5 was like right in there. Doing
like breakdowns of everything that happened in the trailer and our theories about what could be in the game and what we wanted to see out of Grand Theft Auto. And I could not play a Grand Theft Auto game now. I have zero interest.
Seems like whenever I remember that we did that, it seems impossible. But we actually did an entire episode about the trailer, about not even the game. It wasn't even
about the game. Correct. Yeah.
It seems insane. Although I have to confess, I have been kind of getting the Grand Theft Auto 5 itch. Like every few years, I'm like, maybe I'll like it this time.
Yeah.
We'll see. So
I would go back to Saints Row. Those are the games that I think I probably enjoyed more than the Grand Theft Auto experiences, and kind of stuck with a little bit longer and had a little more patience for ultimately. But they don't make those either anymore. So
that's right. So I have a little sidebar. I went to the blog and I pulled all the episode tags for games we've discussed. So I have the definitive list of the games that we have talked about the most in a convenient top 10.
Oh, it's like a David Letterman thing. We need to try.
Yeah. Actually, a top 11, because number 11 is Spelunky. I felt like I had to include that. But it's like, none of the stuff on the list is going to surprise you. But so number 10, Uncharted 3. Number 9, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Number 8, Grand Theft Auto 5. There it is. Number 7, Battlefield 3. I talked a lot about Battlefield 3 when that came out. That was actually, I think, right before, or actually a couple of years before we started the show. But yeah, I talked about that game a lot. Number 6, Animal Crossing New Leaf. So the 3DS version.
That makes sense. Yeah.
The next two are very interesting because they are both tied. So I think number 4, if I do the number 4 and 5, I guess, if I doing this correctly, with 21 featured on 21 episodes, Mass Effect 3, and The Last of Us.
Oh, I didn't even think of The Last of Us.
Yeah, I'm like, do we really talk about The Last of Us that much? That seems weird. But the numbers don't lie.
At its peak, probably, yeah.
Yeah, and Mass Effect 3 I was a little surprised about because it's my least favorite Mass Effect of those original 3, but I guess 2 would have come out before we started doing the show. So, it was the only one we could talk about, unfortunately. Depending on how you feel about that game. And tie for 2, or second place, number 2 and 3, Animal Crossing New Horizons, there it is, and Monster Hunter World with 27 mentions each.
Wow.
27. Just want to cut that number out there. And then it should be no surprise at this point, the most mentioned game on the show, Final Fantasy XIV, in its 12th year running, so it's kind of fair. They keep rolling out new stuff for it. It keeps coming back up. Plus, I'm just like, I never log out. So,
well, and that kind of
something to
mirrors
talk
the
about.
timeline of Video Game Hangover too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Monster Hunter World, Animal Crossing New Horizons, with those 27 mentions, Final Fantasy XIV, 113 episodes where we mentioned this game. So that's over 5% of episodes have.
I just want to point out, I've never played Final Fantasy.
You've
so
never played.
You say
yeah.
it. We've talked about it, but we have not.
Yeah, so I don't consider it. I mean, I wouldn't consider it one of the defining games just because it's always me, like, just mansplaining to you about it. But I mean, can't deny it. Creed says 5% seems low. Okay, well, I'll try and
Slay the Spire
step it
didn't
up.
end up in the top 11. That's surprising.
No, I mean, so I've only really gotten into it in the last year and a half, 2 years. But man, I've really gotten into it. So
yeah,
I'm making up for lost time. And then Obi Hyde says, I liked your Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom episodes. I continued to go back and listen to them. Oh.
Yeah.
I gotta finish Tears of the Kingdom. I got the fancy new Switch 2 version of it. I mean, I really like Breath of the Wild, but just Tears of the Kingdom was so much. It was
It
a
is
lot to deal with.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. But that would be a good objective for maybe early 2026 when there's less stuff competing for my time. No, it's not.
I have this list. I'm like 2026, the year I finally play, and then there are 10 games that fill in that blank.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been this is the year I'm going to finish Persona 5 for 10 years. And that's, yeah. Persona 6 will be out before
Persona 6.
That happens.
Will it, though?
Yeah, who knows? Interesting.
2026.
Some surprises.
2026 is the year of backlog gaming, says Twisted Link. I could very easily do it. Just only play old games. I'm
that's a good policy.
Halfway there anyway.
Favorite episodes. Yeah, I mean, we did a lot of fun experimental stuff in the beginning. We've kind of settled into a rhythm, into a format that's sort of kind of respectful of our time and pretty easy to execute. And DJ does the production, and I more or less just sort of show up on Monday night and we do this thing, and that relationship works for me. Hopefully, it works for DJ too. But it's all
right.
Yeah, we used to do things that were much more labor intensive. We used to do interviews. We used to do field reports and things like that. We used to go to PAX and do a live recording with all of our friends in a hotel room. And it just, at some point, those things become very cumbersome to kind of execute. And they become, very kind of consuming of your time. And we just don't have the flexibility to be able to pull those things off at this point. So, yeah, if you go way, way back, there's a lot of fun things that we kind of experimented with. The video game community theater was always super fun, I thought, and was something I really sort of this will be our thing. This will be our sort of ticket to memehood, and never quite manifested. And they were very difficult to pull off and to make happen. Yeah. Paul did an episode when Paul was still with the show where he did a remote from the video game museum in Texas. Where he was walking around, talking to curators and looking at exhibits and stuff like that. And it was just, as a consumer, as somebody listening to a podcast, it was one of my favorite episodes to go back and listen to.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I was going to say, one of my favorite episodes was, I forget, it was one of the milestone episodes, probably 300 or something, is that Paul's wife at the time came up with this whole trivia game based on VGH history, which it was a complete surprise to us. And it was a fun trivia game. And it was one of the episodes where we weren't really hosting, so that was kind of different as well. We were contestants on the show, so that was a lot of fun.
Yep.
I really like all the music episodes that we've done. It's been difficult to do to squeeze in music episodes now that we're bi-weekly, because it feels if we're only doing an episode every 2 weeks, if one of those is a music show, it's like a lot of airtime proportionally.
Right.
So, but I do really like those. I want to figure out a way to do more of those.
Yeah. Maybe we need a Taco Tuesday supplemental type of thing.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday is a whole thing. If you roll way back, we had a second companion podcast called Taco Tuesday. Creed was on that once upon a time with us. I picked his brain about Metal Gear. We went on for far too long. Yep. I don't remember.
You're always like, can't get Randy to stop talking about Metal Gear.
Cannot, no.
Well, I had a problem.
I had somebody on who was a Metal Gear enthusiast, and I wasn't going to let him go without hearing about it. So that was fun. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's not a bad list.
Yeah.
We've done some fun stuff. I stand by this.
Yeah, occasionally. Creed says he forgot about
it. Blocked it out.
All right, thanks, Milkman. Good question.
Yeah, it was a good one. Thank you.
And then, next we have another question from Green Captain. I'm going to wrap up the first half of the show. He says, what the hell is wrong with people? Seriously.
That's the question.
Well,
oh, okay.
What the hell is wrong with people?
I mean, I have theories.
Your theories?
Yeah. I mean, Facebook. It's
That's
the internet in general.
That's like
Fox News. Yeah. These are the things that are wrong with people.
Man, I'm kind of like, it's a kind of impossible question to just like give a succinct answer to. But I think Facebook, like, that's pretty good. I think that covers a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, yeah. I don't know.
Social media. Irresponsible.
it's sure,
internet
Twitter.
Use.
It's easy to be pessimistic, and I try to be sort of a better global citizen than that and not get mired in those things and try to put good things out into the world. But it is hard to sort of ignore the bad stuff sometimes when it just feels so crushing. So yeah, what is wrong with people is a hard thing to pin down because it feels like, I don't know what it feels like. It just doesn't feel good sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes
this might just be the liquor talking, but
I think there's a lot of different things wrong with different people. Sometimes it's not even something that's wrong with them. It's just a way that they're different from you, and you don't understand where they're coming from.
Sure. I think a lack of empathy is what's wrong with people.
Yes,
the inability to feel for somebody outside of your immediate sphere of influence.
Yeah, that has really been depressing me about the direction that society seems to be headed in. Yeah. It's like, oh, are we really, like, is this really where we are? But I don't know. I feel like none of that's happening in my circle of friends, which is reassuring.
Yes.
But I just worry about all the others. I worry about the youths of today. Man, I ended up, speaking of Final Fantasy XIV, I ended up in a raid group with some very young players. Not like super young, but they're like probably college students. And I was just like, man, you guys, good luck. What? You are going to have a lot of work to do. You just do not know a lot about what's going on or how to exist in the world. I think about
you bond over a love for Final Fantasy, though.
Sure. But in the back of my head, I'm just like, oh man, I hope they're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I was pretty stupid in college when I was that age, but I was like, I wasn't that stupid. I don't know what the problem.
I might have been that stupid.
Yeah, I don't think you were that stupid. You're probably not that stupid.
So yeah, that's a rough place to end the first half. But do we answer the question?
Oh man,
I'd either need more or less beer.
Okay, well, should we take a little break and then we'll come back and answer the rest of the questions?
Yeah.
All right, I think we're back.
We're back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Oh, thanks for something.
We hope everyone survived.
Everyone survived. Thanks everybody for hanging out for the first half. We're gonna get to the rest of the questions.
Yeah, we should do. I thought of this as I was getting my next beer. We should do a little advertisement kind of mid-show for Extra Life.
Oh yeah.
There is still time between now and the end of the year if you'd like to donate and have not already. You can go to VGHangover.com/extralife for links to donate to this awesome charity. Certainly under no obligation to do so. The holidays are a tough time to navigate under any circumstance. But if you have the luxury of being able to donate and helping support this awesome cause, we'd be happy to take your donation. So VGHangover.com/extralife.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's good until 12/31. So you've got a little time.
Through the end of the year.
Well, I have my next beer. I'm just finishing the Sapporo. I have a Modelo to go into next.
Oh, nice.
These are tall boys.
Yeah.
It's 50 ounces of beer I'm consuming for you people.
I'm on back on the Terra at this point.
Nice.
Nice and crispy, as promised. All right, what do we got? We have a question. Oh no, we have a call from Spin Doctor.
Oh, nice.
Spin Doctor? Spin Doctor.
Hi, this is Spin Doctor from the Discord. I have afflicted you all with many a Mountain Dew monstrosity over the years, and my question is, if you had to come up with your own Mountain Dew monstrosity, what would it be?
So a little background for our listeners. Spin Doctor, a fairly robust participant in our Discord community. And many what did I play with her a lot? Splatoon. We used to play Splatoon quite a bit when Splatoon 3 first came out. So awesome to hear from her, but is an awesome home chef and made, or baker, probably both. And for Thanksgiving made a homemade version of the Mountain Dew neon blue. What the hell's that Mountain Dew called?
Baja Blast.
Baja Blast pie.
Yes.
Yes. DJ went to Taco Bell and bought one. Spin Doctor made one.
Yeah. So, really just putting me to shame.
Way to steal your thunder.
It looked really good, though. It looked very accurate.
Yes. It looked pretty spot on.
I'm sure it was delicious, as you know, in whatever capacity of Mountain Dew Baja Blast pie can be.
It
was probably better than the real thing. Like, I'll just be honest. Like, I'm sure I've had the Mountain Dew, like, one from Taco Bell, but like a homemade Mountain Dew / sounded like key lime pie, probably pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was her takeaway, was that it was just a kind of a variation on a key lime, right?
Yes, that was kind of my impression of the one from the store as well. Which I ate during Extra Life. It was very key lime adjacent. It's ridiculous. It was like mostly like if you close your eyes, it was, you could believe you're just eating a key lime pie. Although there was the unmistakable Baja Blast edge, which that was the most hilarious thing to me about it, was like, oh man, they really managed to capture that Baja Blast flavor as if they were not just like opening up a vial that says secret Baja Blast formula and putting that into the pie. Like, they just had it ready to go.
RU-486 in a test tube somewhere.
Yes, oh man, I can't believe they pulled it off, but yeah.
The miracle of science.
The home recipe is crazy though, because you gotta like distill it down to like a Baja Blast syrup or something. I was like trying to figure out how people were doing this, but it looked really good. It was also it was definitely the right color.
You could not mistake the color of it. Yeah. So if anyone would like to see pictures of Spin Doctor's Mountain Dew pie, you should definitely join our Discord.
Yeah.
What Mountain Dew monstrosity would you like to see birthed into the world?
Oh man, is this like something I'm going to enjoy eating, or perhaps drinking?
I think it's a novelty, right?
A novelty?
What would be a novelty item that would capture the Mountain Dew essence?
There is something about Baja Blast specifically. Like, I don't like regular, just plain Mountain Dew and a lot of the other Mountain Dew variations. But, man, there's something about the Baja Blast. I think a lot of it may just be the color. But, like, I think it just tastes better than the regular Mountain Dew.
Hmm.
So, like, what would I like to eat that's that flavor, though? Like an ice cream? Nah.
But mixing it with dairy might be, or even non-dairy, might be a way to cut through the weird chemicalness of it. Yeah. I have limited experience with Mountain Dew. It's never been a soda that I crave. Sarah loves it. It's her preferred Taco Bell drink. So
just the regular Mountain Dew or Baja Blast?
It's just the yellow Mountain Dew, yeah.
Oh, man.
So we'll go through the drive-thru and we'll get 2 sodas. I prefer Diet Pepsi with my Taco Bell. So I'll get a Diet Pepsi, she'll get a Mountain Dew. And I will sometimes grab the wrong drink out of the cup holder and take a sip of her Mountain Dew. And I'm like, not prepared for that charge. Pete Holmes, the comedian Pete Holmes, says that eating a Cool Ranch Dorito is like licking a 9-volt battery. And that is my experience with Mountain Dew. It's sort of like, holy cow, like every cell in my body is like lit up from whatever concoction of chemicals is in that drink.
Yeah, I don't care for it, even though, the preferred drink of gamers everywhere, supposedly.
Yeah. So I don't know.
What I want?
Any kind of like weird abomination, just like a cake or a stir fry sauce.
That's out of the box.
Yeah. Could you like make a syrup out of it and like stir fry tofu and vegetables with it? I have no idea.
I mean, you definitely could.
Should you?
It's like sweet though, because I'm thinking desserts mainly, or maybe a sweet stir fry.
Barbecue sauce is sweet. Yeah, I like a Korean barbecue sauce in a stir fry. That's sweet.
Yeah, all right. But it's also, I mean, those are also a little savory, which Mountain Dew is not.
I think Obi Hines got the right idea in the chat. He says Mountain Dew cough syrup.
Oh, man. You just throwing back the cough syrup.
Scissorp.
I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe a shave ice or something, a sorbet. Something that's just like the ice. Just ice. I don't know what's happening. I do like maybe combined with dairy would be good, like an ice cream or something. Non-dairy ice cream, if that's your thing. It is it's also like kind of citrusy, so I'm like, what citrus desserts do I enjoy? Ooh, Mountain Dew Baja Blast, like lemon bars would be actually, I think that's my answer now that I think about it. I think that's what I want. Baja Blast bar. I'm going to do it. 2026, I'm going to make the Baja Blast lemon bars.
There you go. It's probably just a slight detour from making the pie.
Yeah.
Too far off.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, really wasn't sure what I was going to land on, but I think I would love to have that.
Yeah. I'll stick with the dairy or non-dairy thing because I'm thinking about it now, and like you said, it's kind of citrusy, and that's why kind of like an Orange Julius works. Are you old enough to appreciate
an Orange Julius? Dude, yeah. That is my go-to. Well, I mean, it's sort of like, if I'm going to,
they're hard to find now.
Well, I mean, not like Orange Julius specifically, but do you know what you know? Pog.
Oh yeah, the Hawaiian thing.
Passion fruit, orange, guava juice.
Yeah.
I will do. This is like, I don't know when I do this. If I'm just having like a stupid weekend, I'll get like a frozen the can of frozen Pog, and do a Pog Julius. So I think it's like milk and sugar and vanilla. And then
probably
and then you put a little vodka in there, and then you're good to go. But
I don't know if you can get Pog on the East Coast. I don't think I've ever seen it in a store.
I don't know how regional it is. I mean, it's not like the actual Pog brand, but it's like whatever store brand, Passion Orange Guava. They might have it. You never know. But Mountain Dew Julius, Baja Blast Julius might be onto something.
Yeah. Next year for the Drunktacular.
Do they so? I mean, so like, you would have to like turn it into syrup. I mean, I guess like, no matter what, you're gonna have to make a syrup out of it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to start stocking up. You can't always buy that stuff. Baja Blast, that is. So is that your answer?
Yeah.
Baja Blast Julius? Stir fry sauce? Okay.
Something to cut it. I just can't do it straight. I've got to like integrate it with other stuff. Yeah. Something to take the edge off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are, I mean, I would probably do both of those things. So that was much more than I was expecting. I mean, because I was like, I don't know if I want to make anything out of this. But, all right.
All right. Excellent. Solving the world's problems.
Yeah. All the Baja Blast related problems. I have another question from Green Captain. Says, having just had a major surgery, have either of you ever spent time in the hospital as a patient? And if so, for how long? Oh, so as I said, these are from last year. So I hope you had a successful recovery from your surgery, because that's spooky.
Absolutely.
Seems to be doing all right, because he was like peppering me with VR questions a few weeks ago. So
he's made a full recovery.
Yeah. He's back on his bullshit.
There's the Green Captain we know.
Yeah. Have you had a major surgery? I had a major surgery.
No, I've been pretty lucky in that regards. I've had very few kind of health problems. A couple of things as I've gotten older, little aches and pains, and like, I had a thing earlier this year where something hurt, and I figured my logic on these things is it'll stop hurting if I just wait a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then it was like 2 weeks and it didn't stop hurting.
That's too long. You gotta go.
Yeah, I'm an idiot though. So I did at one point I woke up in the morning and it hurt more than it did before. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to the emergency room.
That's not good.
But it was just a one day kind of in and out thing. They didn't keep me there for days or weeks at a time. But I've never spent the night in a hospital. I've been pretty lucky in that regard. I've broken a couple of bones in my life, but just kind of in and out things. And nothing as an adult, always when I was a little kid. So,
what did you break?
No, I broke an arm, and I broke another part of another arm.
No, you broke an arm and someone else's arm.
No, both my arms, but different bones in different arms.
Okay, yeah, good. It's good to spread them out. You don't want to keep breaking the same thing.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Never broken a bone. I feel like I'm fine with that. Like maybe as a kid, it would have been a life experience.
Yeah.
At this point,
I was little when these things happened. So yes.
I think it would just be bad at this point. So I don't want to do that. I'm fine not having broken a bone.
I'm on to my second beer.
Nice. When I was in high school, I had appendicitis.
Oh.
So I was in the hospital for that. For, I think, like a week or two. I don't remember.
Oh, holy cow.
Yeah, it was a while. It was not great.
That's a pretty serious thing, though.
It is, yeah. I probably would have died if they didn't take it out. I mean, that's what happens, right, if you have it. So, thankfully, we have modern medicine.
So you don't have an appendix anymore?
No, I mean, wasn't doing anything with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm all set to go to Antarctica because I think you have to get your appendix taken out because they can't do it there.
Correct. Yes, I've heard that. I've heard that story.
So that was thankfully that was my only major instance of being in a hospital. So I did have that life experience. That's something. Again, wouldn't want to do it at this point.
It's made you the man you are today. Yes. Yep. And we both had dental things because anytime you and I talk, it's just like, I just went to the dentist. Oh, I went to the dentist.
I mean, that I mentioned before, I haven't been drinking a lot this year. It's because I had like a tooth removed earlier this year because it just got to the point where it was like, this is not helping you. And I just like haven't been, I mean, so there's like, you be very, you don't want to like eat food around it or whatever.
Yeah. The dry socket thing.
Yeah, and then and like beyond that, I'm just like I don't want to like put any unnecessary stress on it. Which probably like drinking doesn't have anything to do with it. Like as long as you're not drinking immediately after the operation. But I just like haven't really been. I just haven't been in the mood. I guess I'm like I don't really need to drink stuff. So,
It is poison. Yeah.
it is. Yeah. I mean, you really shouldn't. So I'm like, I guess I'm hanging in there this evening. But yeah,
And that's why all the breweries are closing.
Yes, it's all my fault. I'm still waiting to get the replacement. They're supposed to put in a little implant.
Oh.
But it's just been a long year of like dental ordeals. Which is fine. I mean, I'm of the mind where it's like it's much better to like go to the dentist and get your problems taken care of than, not go to the dentist ever.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I've come around on that logic because, like I said, I for a long time I was sort of like, I'll walk it off. I'll feel better in a couple days. And I, not because of a fear of like going to the doctors, but I just sort of felt like the body is a self-sustaining thing, which is stupid. And I'll feel better. I'll get better. It'll take care of itself. And they don't always. So I've definitely been sort of better and more diligent about trying to see a doctor periodically and getting physicals every now and then, and kind of taking care of the one vessel that I have.
It is pretty remarkable that it has
slowly
gone on.
Deteriorates.
Yeah, like I don't do a lot to take care of whatever is going on, so, and nevertheless, 40 years later, hanging in there.
Yeah,
so
I stupidly think that just being vegan will like protect me forever, and that's not true either. So I have to like embrace inevitability and like actually take care of myself.
Right. You're like, I can't be unhealthy. I'm eating all this vegan macaroni and cheese every day.
Look at all the Ben and Jerry's I eat, but it's dairy free.
Oh man, so I am trying to do better about that. Hopefully no more major surgery. Yeah, I know. Who's gonna whip my raid group into shape?
Who's gonna produce these episodes of Video Game Hangover?
Right, that's really what it comes down to.
Right.
Well, anyway, I'm glad you're not had to endure a major surgery. Let's keep it that way. I mean, unless there's like a crazy elective surgery you like, then I'll support you.
Our buddy Rura, aka Rabbit Heart, has joined the chat. Hello, Rabbit Heart. Welcome to the show.
Oh, hello! Just in time for one of your
Peak
questions.
Sherpa. She has led us up the mountain more than once, and yet we have not reached the summit.
Yes. Well, okay. So,
not through any fault of hers.
Our peak Sherpa, who is
not due to poor leadership or anything.
Right.
No, I failed you.
Oh man, peak is difficult.
Yeah, that is my great unfinished 2025 project.
Mm-hmm.
Which taunts me.
Peak is hard. Yes. Well, someday we'll get to the top. But anyway, we have a question from Rura, who asks, "What is your favorite tea?" Do you have a favorite tea?
Iced.
Just any, as long as it's cold.
I am one of those like unsweetened iced tea in a restaurant people. So I like that as my preferred like restaurant beverage, unless they have a beer list. It's interesting. I like coffee, so I don't drink a lot of tea. I don't crave tea.
No.
I don't like. I'm not fulfilled by the tea ritual either. I know some people really like that, and it doesn't do anything for me. But
I like making. I like making tea and or coffee for that matter. I don't get to the point where I'm like, ooh, it's a ritual for me. Like I kind of get it, but I'm just I enjoy the process of it, but I'm not like, ooh. I don't get like super precious about it.
Yeah.
I did. I was like, I don't want to get judgy, but I feel like that was extremely judgy.
What was my point? I had a point. Fill in the beer. I went through a thing where I was like, what is a tea? What is a good tea for coffee drinkers? Because I always feel like tea is not kind of like robust enough, or like there's something about tea that isn't coffee, obviously. And I really like coffee. So the internet, I think Reddit said, orange rooibos, Rooibos, is that the word?
Mm-hmm.
Was a very like robust tea. It was a dark tea. It's not orange. It doesn't have orange flavoring. I guess the leaves are orange before they turn it into tea. But it does make sort of a hearty cup of tea in a way that like English breakfast is kind of lighter and I don't know what the right word is. Watery.
Watery. Well, it does have a lot of water in it.
But the orange rooibos is more robust.
Is that even
Coffee.
caffeinated? I don't think that
Yeah, it's a black tea, so I think so. Yes, yeah.
Is it?
Let me make sure.
Well, so like, what do you like about coffee though? Is it like the taste? Is it like, do you like the caffeine hit?
Both. I mean, I need the caffeine hit.
You need the caffeine.
I'm hopelessly addicted at this point, but I also love a good cup of coffee.
Okay.
I love the. I know Starbucks is not whatever, but some of the Starbucks have the Clover machine where they'll like grind a small batch cup of coffee to make you like a single cup of some exotic Guatemalan or single origin, blah blah blah, and like I drink those straight, no sugar, no cream, just a cup of black coffee, like cup of mud.
I like a black coffee.
Yeah, just the smell of it, the scent of it grinding. It's not even the ritual. It's just something about it. I'm just sort of like, it smells amazing. Yeah.
I had a follow up and now it's gone.
It's gone.
Black coffee. I do like an iced like oolong. If I'm not like, instead of having a beer or something with a meal, I'll usually do that now. Because it's like not sweetened. It's just something other than water, which I think is interesting. I don't usually do like, I don't know, like Lipton iced tea or whatever. Like if you go to a restaurant, whatever they would give you if you ask for iced tea. My favorite tea though, I really enjoy Harney and Sons Earl Grey Supreme. Really good. I really like Earl Grey. And just like the Harney Earl Grey Supreme is probably my favorite one that I've come across. I don't know what it is. It's just like it's. I hate when people say this, but it's like it's so drinkable. You can just drink it.
It's crushable.
I don't know about that. I don't know what that is, but it's like you don't need to like add stuff to it. I usually just have it black. That's fine. They sell it as either bags or loose leaf, which is great. I think like the loose leaf, the loose leaf's really good. The bag's actually really good. I feel like a lot of bagged Earl Greys are kind of like they're fine. I've never really found one where I'm like, yeah, this is it, until this Harney and Sons Supreme, but that's really good.
I used to run in my 20s. I was a general manager at a movie theater, and we had a little cafe in the movie theater. You could get a cup of coffee and a scone or whatever before your movie. And our tea selection was Harney and Sons.
Right.
It was awesome. Yeah. So it was in Connecticut. I think Harney is from Connecticut, so there was some connection there. So they have, since I was in my 20s, they have been kind of the gold standard for good tea in my life.
Wow, you peaked early.
Yeah. I like a chai too. I'm a big fan of chai.
I do like a chai, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the worst chai, but I really like the Starbucks chai. It's like a stupid chai milkshake.
There's a food truck in Harrisburg called Crema, Crema. And they make their own chai base, and I get a dirty chai from them. So they'll pull a shot and they'll put the chai with it, and it's bananas. It's so good.
I don't know if I like a dirty chai. I mean, I'll drink it. I'll drink it, but it's not like my go-to.
I prefer it, given the choice.
Well,
I
that
dirty chai. Yeah, probably not
surprise
surprising.
me. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I have been like there's so many times when I'll go to an Indian restaurant and their chai is just like incredible. I'm just like, how do I do this at home? And I finally figured it out. Or rather, one of my favorite Indian places like put out a cookbook earlier this year. Shout out to Zorene's in on the peninsula in the Bay Area. But what are they? No, I'm like, what is it? It's like black tea and cardamom. I shouldn't I can't do this right now. I should have done this like 2 beers ago. But I was like, oh yeah,
you pick the order of these questions.
they put out they put the recipe in the cookbook, which is like, you're just giving this out? Okay.
Oh.
But it's great. So I've been making it at home. It's amazing if you have the time. Yeah, so that's good. And then finally, so I really just want to drag out the tea question. One of my local like boba shops used to do something called an Uncle Earl, which is a terrible name for a drink, but it was a mix of jasmine and Earl Grey, and so it was like a sweetened milk tea, and it was incredible. And they stopped doing it. Why did they stop doing it? But occasionally I will just do that at home now. So I'll mix like a jasmine and Earl Grey. It's great.
Interesting.
I feel very next level. Like my tea level has increased because now I'm doing like blends at home, whereas before I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing at all.
Yeah. Sarah and I were in England last year, and we were at a food hall in Covent Garden. I don't know how you say it, but there was a place called the Chai Guys, and they had a sign that was like the best chai in England, and I was like, sure it is. So we had, I think I had an iced masala chai with oat milk, and Sarah had a cup of hot chai, and we were both like, I can't drink chai from anywhere else anymore. We were like ruined on anybody else's chai. It was exceptional. So, and I'm not sure what they did to it or why it was different or better, but just it was just kind of the right spice blend at the right level, made with love, and it was lovely. So if you're in the UK, look for Chai Guys. Hopefully it still exists, because it was amazing.
Okay, I have the recipe right here. It's black tea, ginger, cardamom, and cinnamon, and some sugar. But I was like, I've been through so many chai recipes. I had like twice as many spices in it. And I was like, what's the exact combination of all these spices? And it turns out the answer is like don't use half of them.
Less of them, yeah.
I thought was really fascinating. But I'll put a link to the cookbook in the show notes because it's a great cookbook.
Nice.
If you're interested in Indian food. We haven't heard in the chat. Also, I also get unsweetened iced tea.
All right, I stand by that.
Yeah, I think like if you order iced tea and it's like pre-sweetened, it's always like way too much sugar.
Oh yeah, it's too much. Yeah. There's a deli near me that will do half of their sweet tea with a half of just a plain black iced tea, and that's usually because you cut it in half. That's enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. All right, I love a tea question.
We should take the next one though before we lose more listeners.
Yeah. Okay. Come on. Another question from Ruscarino, who says, "Which food would you most like or hate to American Pie with?" This is awful. I don't want to think. Such a nice question about the tea, and now it's like,
yeah. What food would you put yourself in?
Do people understand this reference in 2025? When did American Pie come out? It was like, I feel like it was like 1999, 2000.
97, 98, 99, somewhere in that window, yeah.
Oh, man.
Is it that old?
It's one of those retro movies.
When did the first American Pie movie come out?
I think it was like 2000.
99, you got it.
99?
Yep.
It's a confusing question because it's, would you most like or hate to do? It's okay, so it's like, for anyone who doesn't understand, it's like, what food would you most like to have sex with?
Mm-hmm.
Which is like all of them. I mean, I would not want to like, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm reminded of comedian Nick Kroll, who has a bit about the Hardee's commercials. There's
Carl's
an
Jr.
F-bomb
on
coming.
the West Coast.
Is it? Sure, there you go. There's an F-bomb coming, so if you are in the car right now with your kids, you might want to mute the next second or two. But that basically sort of Burger King is sort of like, look, it's a hamburger and it's really good. And the Hardee's or Carl's Jr. commercials are all, do you want to fuck this sandwich?
That was
yes.
their brand for a while. Maybe
Yes,
it still
pretty
is.
much.
I haven't seen one of their commercials in a while.
Yeah. This Paris Hilton eating a burger.
Yeah. Oh, gross.
Aggressively. That supposes that you find Paris Hilton attractive, which I don't know. No, I don't ever want to like interact with food in that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't put a lot of thought into it. I don't think there's gotta be better alternatives.
Yeah. I would least like anything hot, obviously.
Seems dangerous.
A baked potato right out of the oven.
I think it'd be easy to come up with like the worst thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Something right out of the oven. Not good.
It's like messy too. Like, I mean, sex is messy anyways, but yeah. I don't want to involve food. I've never like the people who are like, ooh, whipped cream. And I'm like, no. That's gross. Let's not invite dairy into this. Yeah.
What if it was like a Mountain Dew pie?
Do you want to fuck this Mountain Dew pie?
No.
No. That's the new sequel to American Pie, by the way. That's how they resurrect the series. Yeah. Jason Biggs, they defrost him. He's 52 years old now.
I think he's still alive. I think he's still, I don't know if you need to defrost him. Oh, man.
Sean William Scott out of jail.
Did he get arrested? Why is he
I
in
don't
jail?
know. I'm not sure.
I
just assume all those child actors end up in a bad
bring
place.
Jason Biggs back to life. Absolve Sean William Scott from all his crimes.
Who was the lady that ended up on How I Met Your Mother? She did okay.
Oh,
Allison
Hannigan? Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
Why do I know all these celebrity names?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Obi Hyde in the chat says, like soft taco, dislike hard taco. Sure.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very on brand.
Yeah. Is that a euphemism?
Let's leave it at that.
Mm. We are not taking follow-up questions.
Pasquino, always with the salacious questions. I don't know what's going on.
Salty. It's a little salty.
Question from Eshin, who says, in the face of video game podcast adversity, how do you guys remain the coolest? Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Persistence.
Persistence. Right.
Yeah. I used to listen to a lot of other video game podcasts. Oh, wait, sorry. We are the internet's only video game podcast.
We're the last one.
We are. But so most of the other ones that I was into at some point or another have gone away. And yet Video Game Hangover still persists.
Yes. We outlasted Mark Maron.
We did. We did. We predated him and we usurped him at the end. So
yeah. So there's something to that.
Yeah. I mean, we've never had Obama on the show, but
no. Next season.
Twice.
Twice in 1 year?
No, well, no, he had Obama on in 2000.
That was the finale, right?
When? 14, 15, and then he just had him in the finale, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well,
yeah.
We should have him on once, and then for the last episode, we'll bring him back. we should have him on 3 times, because we gotta just, we can't.
Yeah. We
have to, +1 Mark Maron.
We'll just get Maron on here.
No, just Obama 3 times.
Who is more likely to be a gamer, Mark Maron or Barack Obama? Probably Barack Obama.
Oh, really? I was going to say Mark Maron for sure.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like Obama's probably on the record as being a gamer. As playing something. But it's always one of those questions like, oh, yeah, I put a couple quarters into Pac-Man as a kid. Like, I don't know if that counts. Fake gamer Obama.
Yeah. I think, yeah. I love Obama's, and he still does them, end-of-year lists of like his favorite books of the year, his favorite movies of the year. He posts them on his Instagram, and they're always really good. So, yeah, he's got an impeccable taste.
This series is just like all Expedition 33 and Silk Song.
Obama played a lot of Silk Song this year. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why there weren't as many books on the list this year.
Remember when we had a president who read books?
Don't start. How do you guys remain the coolest? Oh, no, I was going to say we outlasted Giant Bomb as well. Just putting that out there. I don't know if we we certainly don't attempt to be the coolest every week. I feel like I try to do the shows that I would want to listen to.
Yeah.
Where it's not like, I don't know, what shows do I not want to listen to? The sort of morning zoo stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This one noisy guy in the corner. I listened to a show where there was just always somebody laughing like a hyena in the background all the time. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It's not for me.
The giant panel ones are hard for me too. Like when you get on a listen to a podcast, who's good for this? Kotaku used to do it. One Up used to do it. Before we outlasted One Up as well. Polygon occasionally falls victim to it, where they'll we're going to do a podcast and there's 6 people around the table. And I'm like, I can't keep up with 6 voices. Just stay away. So I like the head count to be small, and good production quality.
Thank you.
Should not. Listen to a podcast that sounds like it was recorded with tin cans and string.
Right. Yeah. Just, we keep it real.
We're not for everybody, but we're for somebody.
We're for somebody, yeah. We appreciate all the somebodies out there who tune in.
Being for everybody pays better, but...
True. Oh, man. Well, thanks, Eshin.
Thanks, Eshin.
We have another question from Green Captain. What's going on?
Oh, my God.
How many of these are there? Who would win in a leg wrestling match, DJ or Randy? That's like when you lie on the floor and leg wrestle?
Yes. Yeah. Sort of like one person facing one way, the other, and you kind of lock legs. And
yeah. It's like a thumb war, but with your legs.
Right. I think you're taller than me.
Does that give me an advantage?
You have longer legs. I think is that an advantage?
I don't know. I feel like stronger legs would be the advantage. Right. I don't know if my legs are doing great, if I'm being honest. Like, I went on vacation last year. I went to Japan, and it was like, I've been there several times, and typically those vacations are a lot of walking. But last year, I was like, oh man, this is like, I can't walk as much as I used to. So I should be doing something about that.
I had that.
Speaking about having experience. Major surgery.
Yeah. Yes. I had that experience last year as well. Because in my normal life, I do 6,000 or 7,000 steps a day. And on a weekend, maybe a little bit more if we go for a walk. We walk down and get coffee or something like that. That's 3 miles round trip. So that's pretty good steps. I'll usually hit 10,000 or more. But we went on vacation last year and we did a bunch of European cities. And it was 2 days in the UK and then a day in Amsterdam and then a day in Bruges. Yeah. And I was doing 40,000 steps a day. And by the end of the 4th day, I was like, I cannot do this again tomorrow. I need a day where I don't walk 1,000,000 steps because I just did not have the stamina to keep up with it anymore.
That's crazy. 40,000? Yeah. Man, that's a lot.
It was bananas. And my watch was like, have you been kidnapped? Are you okay? It was rough. Yeah. I mean, it was awesome. Those are great places and very cool. I love, being able to walk around a city and see things, but 4 days was too much. I just could not do it anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot of walking. So who would win? Maybe it's a draw. Maybe we both lose.
No matter who wins, we all lose.
So 40,000. I was going to say, on my big walking vacations, I would do maybe 20 to 30,000. I don't think I ever hit 40,000. So really? I'll just give it to you. That's crazy.
that was a while ago, though. But
40,000. I don't think I ever done 40,000.
Oh, music festivals. Music festivals are usually good for 25 or 30. We're walking around quite a bit. But like I don't do
Plus,
that.
then you're like standing up all day. You got the endurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
unless I paid for VIP.
What does VIP get you?
Well, we go to like what's the festival in Chicago that we like, Riot Fest. You can pay for VIP and you get like a little VIP paddock and an open bar, and there's Adirondack chairs and shade and stuff like that.
Oh, so you're sitting down. Right.
So I'm sitting down instead of walking around between stages all day and walking over to the food court or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say it's tilting in your favor, but now I'm coming back around. So I think it would be pretty close.
Yeah, it might be a draw.
That's fine. I got nothing to prove. We have another question from Creed, who asks, a tech bro has kidnapped you and forced you to design the cringiest possible VGH-themed NFT. What does it look like? Are people still doing NFTs? Should we be doing NFTs?
I'm not sure. A non-fungible token.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You're the artist among us, so I mean, I feel like the obvious choice is our little drunken invader guy.
Invader, yeah, little spin off of that guy. I don't want it to be a monkey. The bored apes or whatever was horrible. The little invader guy put a little. I don't know what they do with I don't know what they did to make them look unique. They just give them various accessories. That's fine. How much can we charge for one of those? We gotta turn a profit on this thing eventually. Maybe this is how we do it.
Right. Just all at once.
Yeah, but it's got to be cringy though.
Cringy.
What's cringy to you? You would
some like a drawing of DJ and I like wrestling.
Oh man. Well, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say it's like one of us. It's no longer the invader guy, but it's like us doing the 6'7" or whatever. Whatever is trendy with the kids.
Whatever this thing is the kids used to do.
Yeah, we're just us doing memes that are 5 years too late.
Yeah,
dabbing.
Everybody loves somebody in their golden years doing the backpack kid dance or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not in your golden years. You give yourself some credit.
I didn't mean me.
Maybe that's it. It's just senior citizen versions of us doing Fortnite dances.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the grumpy old men version. Yeah.
All right, I'll get right on that. What can we do? Like 10,000? You think for one of them? How much do people pay for those?
I don't know. Creed, what are you offering?
How much do you want to charge? Yeah, how much you want to give us for one of these NFTs? There aren't that many, so you gotta get in early. Well, okay, so that's another thing for 2026.
Opening bid is $1.
Opening $1. Get out of here. No, don't waste my time.
High stakes only. Minimum bid 5,000.
Don't appreciate what's on offer here. You can't handle the cringe. Okay, good question though. Next question. Oh man, who is it from? Green Captain. What would you each get me for Christmas? So what are we getting him? I can't tell you what I'm getting. Let's ruin the surprise.
It would ruin the surprise. It's not even Christmas yet. Yeah.
That's a lame answer though.
Nothing. You were bad this year.
Man.
Coal in your stocking. I know from being friends with Green Captain that he's a big fan of like 80s trauma style, like Scream Queens. So I would go to a horror convention and get him an autographed photo of Elvira or Linnea Quigley or Jane Jensen or one of those people, because he would appreciate that in a way that only a small amount of my internet friends would.
You think he doesn't already have an autographed photo of Elvira?
Probably. I'm sure there's one in the collection, yeah.
I could always use another one.
Yeah. An autographed copy of a VHS cassette of Elvira's Haunted Hills.
Is that a real thing?
That is a real thing. That's a real movie. Yeah, okay. That's funny.
What would I get him? I would get Green Captain man, do they make, like... Remember how you could buy those white plastic accessories for your Wiimote? That would be like a tennis racket or a fishing rod or whatever. So I would just get him like the VR version of that.
Gotcha.
Which doesn't make any sense, because you wouldn't be able to see it because you're in VR, but I don't know. What's the VR accessory you get for somebody who has everything VR related? Oh, I was going to say, like, I would get him the racing wheel, but I can't afford that. I would get him, like, the cheap version of the racing wheel.
You get him the racing wheel and then you borrow it.
Yes. Yeah, well, no, I would get us each, like, matching racing wheels.
Oh.
But because I'm buying two of them, I would have to, like, slum it a little bit. So they probably would still be like the white plastic VR racing wheel. But it would be great. We could race each other around the track and then both vomit into the commemorative barf bags that I also got for both of us because of the motion sickness.
Gotcha. Okay, I wasn't sure where that was coming from.
Okay. Okay. Well, so we've ruined the surprise, but hopefully that'll be something exciting for Christmas morning.
Right.
Another question from Russ Greeno, who asks, "What's the last physical thing you stole?" But I feel like Russ Greeno, I don't know if it's been him over the last few years, but I feel like people write in and just ask us or like try and get us to confess to crimes.
I can't incriminate myself.
What's the last physical thing, theoretically, that you stole?
We accidentally stole something from the grocery store not too long ago.
No.
We were doing the self-checkout thing.
Yeah.
And got home and realized that I had not scanned something accidentally. We pulled it out of the bag and I was like, I don't remember scanning this. And we looked at the receipt and I didn't scan it. And we just took it. Yeah. And did not immediately drive back to the grocery store. There was a part of my brain that was like, fuck them.
That's impressive that you even noticed. Like, because usually it just complains immediately if you try and add something.
Yeah.
Without scanning it.
I don't know how we bypassed it. I'm not sure where in the process of Sarah and I co-shopping, scanning, putting it in bags, loading it in our car, etc. Somewhere in all of that chain of custody, this thing landed in the bag without being scanned.
What was it?
I don't think I remember. Gum? Might have been gum. Little thing. It wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, they won't miss it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It wasn't caviar or saffron.
You just taking some caviar through the self-checkout. I always feel like, there are all these stories about people who will either just straight up steal stuff at the self-checkout on their way out, or they'll replace the price label on something so when it scans. The example I heard was they would take the price label off a banana and put it on a PlayStation. And I was like, what store are you going to where they're letting you self-scan a PlayStation on the way out?
Yeah, none. Yeah.
But I was like, oh man, that's so smart. I wish I was just down to steal stuff because it could really do pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah. I worked at retail for a long time, and a lot of my livelihood in bonus was based on stopping people from stealing from my stores. So I have become sensitive to shoplifting and don't participate in it willingly.
Yeah, I don't really
because I know there's retail employees who rely on keeping their store secure, and I'm not going to mess up their livelihood.
Yeah. I'm very lame. I never stolen stuff. No, although I did steal something by accident. Similarly, I don't know if I told this on the story on the show before, but I was and it was nothing interesting whatsoever because it was at a Walgreens or something. But I was at the checkout and I paid them in cash, so you can already tell this was a very long time ago. And the cashier was like, "Oh, do you have a quarter?" Or whatever. And you know how sometimes you'll pay for something and it'll be just short of whatever, coming out to an even amount. And they'll just be like, "Oh, do you have a quarter?" So they don't have to then give you tons and tons of coins and change. They can just give you a $1 back. And I was like, "Oh, no, sorry, I don't have a quarter." So sorry. Like, in my head, I was just like, I'm fine, just give me the change. But I was like, she gave me this weird look, like, she rolled her eyes a little bit. I was like, okay, like, sorry. Like, I don't carry change. So then I just, like, checked out. I got all my stuff. And when I got out of the store, I realized, like, she wasn't asking me for a quarter because she wanted to give me even change. I was just a quarter short of whatever I had given her. So then I replayed this whole scenario in my head where I was like, she was asking me to finish paying for the stuff I was trying to buy. And I was just like,
trying to haggle?
And I was just like, oh no, sorry. And by the time I realized this, I was already like in my car, like driving away, and it was not, I mean, it was like 25 cents short or less. I was like, oh, do I go back and like try and correct this? Because I felt really bad about it after I realized what had happened. But also I was just like, I'm glad I was part of this completely insane scenario. So whatever that was that I stole inadvertently, I apologize to the poor cashier. It was probably like, what is this guy's problem? What is wrong with this guy?
Well, it's not like an outright theft. You had like you got like a forced discount. You got a coupon without it actually having a coupon.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I've never stolen anything on purpose that I can remember.
It's a good policy.
I think so. Yeah. It should be everybody's policy. All right. I think we're just about wrapped up. We got a call from. Oh no, this is this is the rest of Twisted Link's questions from earlier. Let's hear what they are.
Third one is, what are some current goals or ambitions that you guys have for 2026? It could be gaming, personal, etc. Number 4 is, does pineapple belong on pizza? And then finally, my last question is, what is the last book you've read or listened to? Also, just wanted to thank you guys for creating such great content over the years. Really has been a big part of my life these past couple of years. I've really been enjoying hanging out in the Discord with everybody as well. It's a podcast I look forward to listening to every other week. Thanks, guys, and cheers.
Thanks, Justin. That's very nice.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah,
very nice of you to say.
Video game hangover is for the children. You're not a child. I know that, but no, that's awesome. Twisted Link's a good dude, and it's been very cool hanging out with him, playing video games every now and then, and chatting with him in the Discord. And he's another Pennsylvania native too. We're not terribly far apart, but have never met in real life, but came together by way of the podcast. So that's awesome.
2026. That's the year, the first ever VGH Pennsylvania meetup.
Meet space hang up. Yep.
So second
questions in order.
Questions, though.
Yeah.
What
goals for 2026?
Goals?
It was not that long ago. We should remember this.
Yeah. Could be gaming or personal. I don't know. I don't need gaming goals. My evergreen gaming goal is to just get through more of the backlog, get through some of those like milestone games that I haven't gotten around to.
Yeah, that would not be a bad idea.
What was the one I was just talking about? Was it Grand Theft Auto?
You said every now and then you have an itch to get back to it.
No, but that was
Tales from the Crypt. No,
not
Breath.
Tales from the Crypt.
Tears
of the Kingdom.
Wild. Tears of the Kingdom.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda: Tales from the Crypt.
I would play that.
I mean, yeah, there's always the list. Persona 5 might be on there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Current non-gaming goals. I really like I've been studying Japanese for the last few years, and I've just been doing Duolingo, which is awful. For a few years, I was taking in-person classes, which was super fun. Man, if you haven't taken if you haven't gone to school since you were in high school or college, I highly recommend going back and just enrolling for some random course in some subject that you're interested in. because it's a whole different experience.
Interesting.
But that became very difficult after a certain level. So something I've been hoping to do for a while is to just get like a personal tutor or something, so I can have more regular instruction that is not Duolingo. Because,
oh, cool.
As I said, Duolingo is terrible.
I don't know. Goals for the year. I travel more, stress less. I think it's yeah. I don't know. We want to adopt another dog. We have a dog already. We have Louis, our little Chihuahua, but we would like. I have a dachshund-shaped hole in my heart. We lost a couple of dogs earlier this year, so we want to adopt another senior Dachshund and add him to the collection. Him or her, whichever the case may be. We'll see. So we've been looking a little bit on that. That would be nice. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've done a lot of the same vacations over and over. We kind of like got into not a rut necessarily, but we found what we like and we kind of do it repeatedly. So our goal for this year is to kind of mix it up a little bit and go places we haven't been.
Yeah.
So I still have like Japan,
Japan
on my list.
Ooh.
Japan's the short list and Australia's the short list. They've been that forever.
Oh.
So yeah.
I'd love to go to Australia.
Yeah. I have a coworker who's going to New Zealand over Christmas, and I'm like, I'm so jealous. But he's got a 30-hour plane ride ahead of him.
It's like can you do a direct flight to New Zealand? You got to stop somewhere, right?
I can't. No, not from here.
You can't.
Not from the East Coast, yeah.
That's crazy, though. I feel like if I was going to do New Zealand, I would try and group it with an Australian trip. The thing about New Zealand is Australia is already so far from everything. And then New Zealand, you think it would be convenient because it's in the same general part of the world, but it's still really far from Australia. So, I don't know. I would love to go, but that's a long plane trip.
Yeah. If you're going to go to Australia, you might as well also go to New Zealand. So
you think, but it's it's really far.
Yeah. They're so close on a map though.
Right.
But yeah. Travel as life allows. Less things, more places, more experiences. I've definitely sort of gotten to a place where I feel like filling my house full of crap. It doesn't. I may have boxes behind me because we're also thinking about moving. But filling my house full of crap doesn't sort of fulfill me anymore, and I don't know what to do with it now.
Mm-hmm.
Less crap. More experiences, more places, more things, less things.
That's good. I like that philosophy.
Yeah. That wasn't always the way that I consumed life, but I think I've evolved into that over the years.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know what else. I have a new job, so focusing on career, try to do a really good job, show my value.
Nice. The Randy system.
That's enough. I told my new boss, week 2, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm doing enough. And she's like, you'll get there.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
That's very supportive.
Yeah, so she's awesome. So it was a good choice.
Yeah.
I felt weird about being unemployed and didn't know what to do with myself. I felt a little aimless, but the new gig is great. I feel good.
That's great. That's really important. Gotta hold on to that if you can have a job that is really working for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I did a thing before that I liked initially, and then it just got to a point where I was good at it and could do it pretty well, but wasn't necessarily super fulfilling anymore. And then the company changed in a way that didn't feel great anymore. So yeah. Good choices were made.
Nice. All right. Well, here's to more good choices in 2026.
Yeah. I don't know if this Modelo was a good choice.
Wow. Modelo's fine.
No, it's just not sitting. It's sitting kind of weird right now.
Okay. Next question from Twisted Link. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I don't have strong feelings about this. I think fine. If you're into that, go for it.
I don't know if it belongs on pizza. I don't know. I love pineapple on pizza. But is it a quintessential pizza topping? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm thinking pepperoni, mushrooms, bell peppers. You got your like the go-tos.
What is your go-to pizza order?
The
three things. Yeah.
I actually haven't been ordering pizza. I don't know if I ordered pizza like I probably only ordered like once or twice this entire year. It's been a weird year. But the last sort of regular thing I would do would be like bell peppers, mushrooms, and I think tomatoes, maybe onions. Tomatoes is tough because I like it on a pizza, but sometimes they make it soggy.
Yeah, I agree.
It depends if they're doing like the slices or the little chunks. Which, the slices are great.
The chopped up Romas, just the outside part. They throw away the mushy part in the middle, but just like the outside. Roma tomato. Those hold up really good in the oven.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a bell pepper.
Yeah. Yes.
If I was
my go-to, typically because it's hard to get vegan options, is I'll do green peppers and onion.
That's pretty good.
I love red onion on a pizza. I think that's really good. You got to cut it up good though. Did I say green onion? I said red onion today.
Yeah, red onion. Yeah, I feel like if I order onion on pizza, it's usually white onion.
Oh, interesting.
But I would love a red onion. I just don't have the option typically. If I was doing pineapple, it's usually pineapple and pepperoni probably. I don't
Sarah
really
likes
do
pineapple ham.
I don't.
Hawaiian, right? Yeah.
Not a ham fan, but I think it
obviously not either. But
right.
Yeah,
pepperoni is a pretty good compliment. But
not a pizza purist. I mean, obviously, I'm ordering vegan pizza anyway, so it's either cheeseless or it's some sort of concoction that is a vegan cheese. So there's no.
Wait. What do you do with the cheeseless pizza?
There's a place in Harrisburg that makes a tomato pie, which is basically a cheeseless pan pizza with a red chunky tomato sauce and herbs and stuff like that, and lots of garlic, with a really nice like focaccia crust. It's good. It's not traditional, clearly, but it's and they don't call it pizza; they call it tomato pie. But it's bananas, and it's so good, and it's totally vegan.
That sounds great.
There's no bananas on it, I promise. But
no bananas.
They do put like a little parm on top.
Oh, you said like banana. Oh no, you said it was bananas. I was thinking of like banana peppers suddenly.
No. It's again not true. You can't add extra toppings to it. They kind of make this one version of it. But it might be a Pennsylvania thing.
Tomato pie.
But certainly not a purist when it comes to like hand pulled mozzarella or anything like that. Like I don't care. Just give me weird vegan shreds or cashew. There's a brewery that makes cashew cheese to put on a pizza. That's fantastic. I love that. So yeah.
One time when I was in Italy, just one of those times, I ordered I think it was like a pomodoro pizza. And I had certain expectations for what a pizza is. And when it came out, it was just tomato sauce and garlic and olive oil, no cheese.
Oh.
And I was like, I made a huge mistake. What's wrong with this pizza? This is with no cheese on it. But it was incredible.
It sounds amazing, yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm just like, you don't have to have cheese on it.
Yeah. Pomodoro is my preferred pasta preparation. If I have a choice at like a good Italian restaurant, I'll get a pomodoro or a primavera if they have it. Yeah. Good stuff.
All right. I won't judge somebody for it. I mean, the thing I hate is when people are like, "Don't put pineapple on pizza."
Yeah.
I'm like, you can put pineapple on pizza.
You can't put ketchup on a hot dog, and I'm like, if you're going to eat a hot dog, put whatever you want on it. Because it's mystery food anyways. You might as well put mystery toppings.
Oh, man. I just remember it was just like, we had pizza at work for some reason. And I was like in the line getting my pizza and making small talk with people about like, oh, what's on this one? And somebody's like, I don't care what's on it. As long as it's not pineapple. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't care. It was Sorry.
Sorry.
Anyway, last question from Twisted Link. What's the last book you read or listened to?
Mine is video game adjacent. I was telling you about this a couple weeks ago, TJ. I read a book. I've been traveling a lot lately for this new gig, and have brought the Kindle with me everywhere. And I read a book called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. And the author is Gabriel Zevin. It was really good. It is sort of set in the world of video game development. It's about two friends who meet as little kids, and then it sort of charts their life and their friendship and their relationship together into much older years. And they go on to be video game developers, and they make video games together, and they make video games independently. And their relationship goes through ups and downs, and time apart, time together, et cetera, et cetera. It's really good, and it's quite epic, and it's all sort of set against, it's not about video games necessarily, but it's all sort of set against the kind of the world of video games. And as you check in with them throughout the years, you get a little flavor of like what video games are kind of hot at that time. And, you know, Animal Crossing is the biggest thing in the world, and they decide to make sort of a co-op online village life simulator game together. And
so they actually
like
name drop real video games?
Yeah, they name drop real video games to kind of give you a sense of where they are kind of in the history of video games, for those of us who kind of pay attention to those things. It's really good. It's quite epic. It's super believable characters. It's quite heartbreaking. I was really moved by parts of it. It's just a lovely book. I had a really, really good time, and I was super sad when it was done. And that to me is like the mark of a good book. Like this could go on for 100 more pages, and I would be thoroughly satisfied. So it's a really good read. Would recommend. It's called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow.
Nice. Yeah, that's on my list after you mentioned it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I love it.
Cool. I am in the middle of the Blizzard book. Jason Schreier wrote this sort of, I don't know, it's like an expose, but it's sort of like the history of Blizzard Entertainment. It's called Play Nice. And it starts with sort of like the founding of the company, and eventually, like, I haven't gotten to all the crazy, like, scandalous stuff yet, because there's been some wild stuff over the last few years that's sort of come to light. But, you know, like, I've been a huge, I don't know if I'm like, I don't know if you could say you're a Blizzard fan in the year 2025, but, like, I've been a big fan of Blizzard games for a long time. So it's really interesting to sort of get the history of the company, and I assume it will be interesting to sort of hear about all the turmoil that they've been through over the last few years. But both very entertaining and very sort of like informative at the same time. So far, it's been really good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Jason Schreier's great. He's one of the few like journalistic voices in gaming. I think he does some really good work.
Yeah, I feel like he's doing a good job generally.
Cool. You generally prefer nonfiction?
I think probably, yeah. I mean, I can't remember the last fiction book I read was.
Oh, interesting.
So maybe that's your answer. I've also been into. Have you heard of boss fight books?
Mm-hmm.
Just keeping everything video game related. I finally got around to reading the Chris Kohler's book on Final Fantasy V, which is it's probably 10 years old at this point, and I don't know why it took me so long to get around to it. But that was a really fun sort of look back at like Final Fantasy V, of course, but also what it was like growing up in the 90s as like a Squaresoft / Final Fantasy / JRPG fan. And like it was a very different time back then. It's because you'd have to import games from Japan because they wouldn't always get released over here, and it was like it was a very nostalgic sort of throwback if you grew up during the 90s, so that was very fun. And also it was just like that dude loves Final Fantasy V, obviously, because he wrote a book about it, but it was really interesting just getting sort of like some insight into like what it is about that game that people love so much. So I really enjoyed that as well.
Cool. I have one that I got earlier this year that I've not really read enough of. Unfortunately, it's Lost in Cult published it, and it's called Handheld History. And it is a history of handheld video games and portable gaming. And it's super visual. It's this huge, giant tome. It's like a coffee table book. But it's got like a whole timeline that sort of runs through it with every sort of like significant kind of milestone in portable gaming and handheld gaming over the years. Beautifully made, hardcover, a little expensive, but like probably a really good read. I just have to spend more time with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that stuff. That's good stuff.
It's one of my 2026 goals. Read more books.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a perpetual goal for me. I used to be a voracious reader, and then I discovered video games.
Right. Well,
is that the whole thing? That's the whole thing.
That's everything. Did we forget anything? I think that's it.
Huh.
What do we do now?
Well, I don't know. Do we have we usually sort of say thank you at this point? It's been a pleasure spending the year with everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody in our chat who's hung out this long. We appreciate you. Thanks to everybody who contributed questions. Thanks to everybody who chatted with us and hung out with us and talked about video games and pop culture and movies and all kinds of stuff in our Discord all year. I do love our little community. It is the highlight of my day sometimes to check in and see what people are talking about and, I don't know, kick in my 2 cents. It's always fun.
Yeah. Really appreciate everybody who's stuck with us for many, many years at this point.
Too many to count.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point. I can't speak for Randy, but I enjoy doing the show just because it's something that I like doing. I mean, I love the excuse to chat about whatever I'm playing this week, but it's still, after so many years of doing this, it's crazy that there are other people out there who are like, oh yeah, I really enjoy like listening to the show, and something I look forward to every week. Just kind of still blows my mind.
Yeah, totally.
Thanks to everybody out there. We probably, who knows? Maybe I would still just be shouting into a mic every week if nobody was listening to it. But it's certainly for the sake of the listeners out there.
Yeah. I think I've sort of long had the theory that even if we didn't record it, you and I would probably still like to talk about video games with each other every other week. So it's fun that we do get to record it and share it with others, and then they talk back to us sometimes, and we have a running dialogue occasionally about what people are playing and what they're interested in. And yeah, it's super satisfying. So thank you. Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays, everybody out there. Stay safe. Have a great New Year. We're going to take a little break from our regular schedule. So we'll be back sometime in January with regular episodes. But
we usually start every year with our favorite video games of the previous year. So episode 1 in the new year will typically be our favorite things of 2025.
Yeah.
I hope that's still true. We didn't talk about that.
Wait, what?
Don't we usually start every new season with our favorite video games of the previous year?
We do, yeah. What do you like? I was like, what is he talking about? We always do that.
Okay. You seem surprised.
No, I don't know what's happening anymore.
I don't ever get to see your face when we record, so I'm trying to read your
It's true, yeah. No, sorry, I've just been looking at the outline the whole episode. So anyway, we'll be back in January. I want to give a shout out to, I skipped the whole section of the outline, but I'll let you take care of that a little bit. I wanted to give a shout out because I always forget, and since we're off, I don't have time to mention it. But Awesome Games Done Quick, amazing speedrunning marathon for charity is happening in January, starting January the 4th through the 10th. You can watch it at gamesdonequick.com. No affiliation or anything. It's just something I really enjoy. It's a great event for a really great cause. Just go to that site.
I got super into it last year by way of you too. As I followed them on Twitch, and you turn on notifications, and they tell you when certain games are going live. And most of them, I'm generally not interested in seeing somebody play super fast, but every now and then they'll pop up with like, we're going to play Luigi's Mansion, or we're going to play Tomb Raider, or we're going to play some game I really like super quickly and try to raise money for charity by doing it. So I tuned in for more last year than I think I had ever done before.
Nice. Yeah, I always recommend like just look at the schedule, gamesdonequick.com, find any game that you like recognize the title of, because they play a lot of crazy stuff. And just like watch it, and they will play that game in a way you've never seen it played before. It's remarkable.
Yeah.
And they, raise donations for I think Prevent Cancer Foundation. It's like that or Doctors Without Borders, one of those things. Both very good causes. So more info in the show post if you missed any
Excellent.
of that.
If you need any more video game hangover in your brain, you could follow us on insert whatever relevant social media platform is happening right now.
Yep.
Blue Sky. This outlet says Twitter, but that's not a thing anymore. So definitely Blue Sky is the one we're most active on, and DJ definitely keeps that sort of updated. We would love you to get show notes, links, and tell us what you thought about this episode. And hey, join our Discord, hang out with us, chat about things, see pictures of spin doctors, Mountain Dew pie,
green
get a link
pastries.
to all of those things. Yes, at VGHangover.com. And it would help us immensely if you would subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and anywhere else you can get a podcast. And maybe tell your friends about the show too.
Yeah, help us get the word out, bring in new listeners, get all their Baja Blast dessert recipes. That's very exciting for us.
So enjoy your holidays, enjoy your winter break. Hopefully you get a time to relax, hang out, do very little if you like, do a lot if you like, whatever fills your cup. We'll be back in early January. Until then, I am Randy Dickinson.
I am DJ Ross.
Thanks for listening to Video Game Hangover.
Good night.